It's a great drop.
Great to have your company, the Triple MCGs. Your Saturday triple header rolls on. We're underway between the Demons and the Swans. And inside the first 2 minutes of the game, Melbourne have started strong. A goal to James Jordan. And now another opportunity for Ed Langdon from 40 out directly in front. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy. Jack Everin joined by Joey Montagna. Joey, the Demons look switched on early.
Yeah, they do. Christian Petrarca's been involved a couple of times already, set up that kick to Ed Langdon. A good goal from James Jordan from a forward stoppage in that first minute has got their first goal on the board. Back
into the team this week, Ed Langdon. From directly in front, Melbourne kicking to the punt road end in the opening quarter. It's good. 2 goals in 3 minutes. And on the back of last week's loss to the Dockers, Melbourne have started strong. They're 2 straight 12. The Swans are yet to score on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard for the first time tonight. Let's get downstairs to Robbo for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Yeah, there's been a late change too. Tommy McDonald, ankle soreness out of the side for Melbourne. Mitch Brown, surprisingly and interestingly, gets a chance. So the number 38 in. The med subs are Toby Bedford and Ben Ronk for the Sydney Swans.
The best in the business, the Chew Man, Ash Chewis in the house with all the Triple M Red Z lenders. Evening to you, Chew.
Yeah, good evening, Jack. Look out for Clayton Oliver, third-rated player in the AFL, past 6 matches, averaging 37 disposals.
As we see Ed Langdon driving that one home. Hot start to the Demons for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water for the first time tonight. Here's Tim Solly.
Thanks, Hev. Gone down. There's been a free kick picked by the umpire off the play. It'll go to Laddams. Centre circle, winds up on the left boot. Got it off the shin, inside 50. Salem, first game back since round 1. And Langdon, handballs out to Viney. On the up for Brayshaw. Now a long searching ball, pick it out of position. Gone. Crashes through, brings it to ground level. Rampy. Low, deliberate ball onto the chest of McInerney.
Swans have got a player a little slow to get up to behind play. Looks like Colin O'Riordan.
Yep.
McInerney drives forward to the tip of 50. No Franklin in the team tonight, so Reid has to play as one of the main tall forwards. Papley off hands, gave it to Parker, tackled as soon as he got it. Langdon has him. Umpire calls for it.
O'Riordan back to his feet, which is good to see. That was in that big contest. Maxi Gawn just got him straight down the middle. And Ed Langdon, a strong tackle there. He's been involved early in this one, back in the side this afternoon or this evening.
That's 287 games for the Mighty Saints. Joey Montagna, 2-time All-Australian in the back row this afternoon for Seabus Super, making hard work pay off. We'll have the ball thrown in, 55 metres out from the City Road end. Attacking end here for the Swans. Parker and Viney toe-to-toe. Mills head over the pill. And then tracking the ball, Adams manages to keep it in. Mills off the deck, inside 50. Going back with a flight, McDonald couldn't stick it. And now at ground level, picked up by Tomlinson. He's coughed it up though. And now McDonald around the body from 20. Across the face. Through for a minor score. Their first score for the evening. They're one behind the Swans. D's 2 goals straight 12. Triple M, Beacon Trade scoreboard.
With no Buddy Franklin, obviously Isaac Heaney starting out of the goal square, playing at full forward for the Swans. Got Jaden Hunt as his matchup, so we'll keep an eye on that one.
Just recapping those changes for Melbourne. Tomlinson, Salem, Langdon, Harms, all into the team tonight. And Mitch Brown, the late inclusion for Tom McDonald, who's out with that ankle injury. The reason he missed last week. Sydney, a couple of changes. Joel Amati back in. Nick Blakey into the team as well. And Franklin not playing as Melbourne surge forward. Jordan, about 65 out from goal. Left half forward, picked it up. Ollie Florent got him as soon as he took possession.
Gee, it was dangerous there, Melbourne, just from a kick-in. They just surged the ball forward. They had 3 or 4 Demons running forward to the ball. It was an important tackle from Ollie Florent to cause the ball up.
Adams and Gawn do the ruck work. Parker went crashing through off the back of the stoppage. Gave a handball to Florent. Kicks from half-back up to the wing. Hayward had his handball stolen by Gawn. Little left foot kick forward was okay. Oliver read it better than everyone. Jackson by hand off to Sparrow. He's wrapped up straight away. Tom McCartan laying the tackle that time. And a ball up 50 metres out from the Demons' goal.
6.5 gone first term. Teams lead by 11. Ball in the air. Big spike there from Max out wide. Boundary side was looking for Petrarca. But it beats all comers. Out of bounds. 45 metres around from the Demons' goal.
Clearance numbers already. Chu feels like Melbourne has been able to get a hands on a few clearances.
Yeah, 3-all, but both of their goals have come from stoppages, Joey.
So ball in on the attacking 50 here for Melbourne. Gawn taps down. Oliver there. He's claimed in the tackle by Florent. Ball out. Jimmy Jordan bumped on the kick, and now Laddams, like a rover, picks it up off the laces. The kick was fortuitous, travelled just the 15. Centre half back finds Blakey, who spears it laterally and finds McInerney.
One of their preferred kickers from the back half. Good kick too. Rowbottom standing next to the centre circle. To Blakey, who flicks the kick out wide. This will be okay as they build. Lloyd on the lead has Logan McDonald. 60 metres out, has an option up ahead. Just inside the boundary line, McInerney.
That was good ball movement by the Sydney Swans, but I also think Melbourne will be happy to take that. McInerney going to be having a shot from 50 metres out right on the boundary line, despite being in the corridor with that good kick coming out of half-back.
5 goals, 2 for the season for Justin McInerney. 506 metres gained last week. Just chips it up to the top of the goal square. McDonald eased under the football. Jordan had to wait and was taken high by Reid. Free kick to the D's in the back pocket. They lead it by 11 points. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Jordan just fans one wide, finds Salem back. First game since round 1. Had a chip knee cartilage. It's good to see him back out there. Pivotal cog in this side. Bob Jones, teammates, Robbo.
Harrison Petty, problem for Melbourne. Now, heavily strapped left knee last week, had a major problem with that. He was able to hold his position in the side, but now it's above the left ankle. It's like a knock, but I think it's muscular as well. He's in a lot of pain. He's been in the doctor's hands for at least 3 minutes, so they're heavily strapping that left ankle, so a problem for Petty.
Big news down there for Demons fans. Petty in the hands of the trainers. Bob Jane teammates buy 3, get 1 free. Instant cash back on Bridgestone, Goodyear, Yokohama, Michelin, Dunlop and many more. bobjane.com.au.
Ball in dispute. Broadcast wing. Goulden over it. Oliver drives forward for Melbourne up to the wing. McCartan Sydney back with courage. Free kick though before that. Here's Swans free kick. If you missed the start of the game, 2 quick goals to the D's at the 1 and 3 minute marks. Jordan and Langdon the goal kickers. Sydney are the 1 behind so far. The Demons 2 straight 12. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. Rampy heads to left half back. Paddy McCartan has to stop and prop. Looks for another short one, and that's okay to Callum Mills.
Left half back. Not a lot of zest and energy in this one yet as Mills drives high and long down the line. Big pack forms. Laddams to the front. Lurking Brayshaw. Now on hands and knees was Heaney, tackled by Jackson. Umpire comes in to separate them. Some of the red Zeds catching your eye so far, too.
Positive for Sydney. Melbourne are number 1 for time in the forward half. At the moment, Swans going at 54%, Melbourne at 46%.
Red Z lending loans for the self-employed. As there's been a free kick picked out of that ruck contest. Laddams, the beneficiary, just attacking side of that outer wing. He handballs off immediately. Blakey back in the side this week. Left foot ball inside 50's a beauty. And Warner stretching forward, takes it diving to the turf. 48 out, about 8 metres in from the boundary.
Another really nice entry from the Sydney Swans. Beautiful low flat kick from Nick Blakey. We know he's got that lethal left boot, but again, Chad Warner's going to have a shot from outside 50 on a pretty tough angle. So again, I think Melbourne would be pretty comfortable if Sydney keep taking shots from this spot.
A lot talked about this man's game. Game 26, hard to believe. Feels like he's been around forever. He sends it on its way, and it's too skinny. Out to the left for a minor score. Another behind for the Swans. They're 2 behinds. Demons 2 goals straight, 12. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
It will be a big factor in this game. The cat and mouse. Sydney are the number 1 team using the corridor from the back half. Melbourne love to deny teams the corridor. They're happy for them to go wide, but not through the corridor.
Here's Tomlinson back into the team. First game since round 5. Gave it to Salem, and he was under pressure. Melbourne give it up. And Sydney do well. Force a throw in, 60 out from their goal. Robbo for Bob Jane teammates.
Yeah, good news for Melbourne. The doctors have given us a thumbs up with Petty. Still in a lot of pain. Went through a fitness test. It's just above the ankle. A heavy knock, but he'll be okay, the 35.
Warner hacks it forward. 30 out from Sydney's goal. Golden clever. Looked laterally. The only option he had was McInerney. 15 metres to his left, Joey. This is kickable. 40 out, pretty much directly in front.
This is a better spot for the Swans to be having a shot from goal. It was really clever from Goulden. He just didn't blaze away. He could have probably had a snap on the left boot, but out the corner of his eye saw McInerney holding his width as a wing, and he's a beautiful kick too, this young man.
Had a chance a few minutes ago, decided to lay off. More deliberate approach this time round. Game number 41 tonight from just inside 50. That's barely scraping through for a behind. The Swans have got 3 of them to start this game. Melbourne 2 straight 12. 12 minutes gone. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
You're going to have to take your chances against Melbourne. You're not going to get plenty of them all night, so when you do get them, and the Swans have been really good this season at making the most of their opportunities for goal, so a bit of a poor start for them.
I think the horse Longmire recognises that up on the box. Bit of a sigh up there from the big man. As we're on the broadcast wing, Stacks on the mill, Parker underneath. Umpire comes in, says give it to me. So we've travelled 12 and a half first term. Demons have kicked 2 majors, Swans 3 behinds. It's the Demons by 9 as the tap down from Gawn through the hands of Sparrow. Warner snaps it into the corridor, but Pickett couldn't quite hang on. And now Neil Bullen pivots and then spits a kick over the top, finds Sparrow just inside the centre square, broadcast wing side. He looks up, lets his teammates leak forward. Not a lot of movement inside 50 as he pumps a high long one now into the hot spot. Paddy McCartan with the spoil. Now Oliver knocks it out into space for Pickett. He had spilled it before he had it. He decides to knock it off the deck towards Spargo. Now at ground level. Important ball to win. The bottom of that one harms. And he's wrapped up by Blakey. Will have a ball up 46 metres out from the Demons' goal. 13 and a half gone first term. Demons by 9.
Don't know if you have any stats, Stu, but Cozzy Pickett, he's normally a fast starter. Again, he's been involved early.
Jackson's handball stolen away. Blakey kicked it off the ground. Inside the centre square. Now a whistle, a late one. He's going to come back. It'll be a Demons free kick. What you can hear in the background there is the wheels spinning in Chew's head as he tries to...
Yeah, sorry, Chew, I've given you a target.
You're right.
More anecdotally, he feels like a fast starter.
Always
anyway, doesn't
embrace
he?
the challenge.
Yeah.
See if we can find any first quarter numbers. That's a nice mark taken by Jackson. Salem just weighted that kick well enough that Jackson didn't have it sitting on his head and used his body nicely. Chance for his first. 48 out, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, well, he had the mismatch on Will Hayward, did Luke Jackson, and as you called, Jack, it was a nice kick to the advantage. He popped it up, allowed Luke Jackson to get to work, and this is important for him because he's been pretty quiet in recent weeks, particularly with his forward craft and his contested marking, so an opportunity to hit the scoreboard.
Only 1 mark last week against the Dockers. Mind you, there was plenty of Demons that were down in that game. It's off hands and through. For a behind, the Demons' first blemish of the night, they're 2-1. The Swans 3 behinds. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Wait for the call, Ben.
Never a truer word spoken, Heath. As Lloyd exits the defensive goal square, runs his full quota, and then just belts a long one outside 50. Neil Bullen, front and centre, Petrarca, clever. Wobbles one inside 50, but big Paddy McCartan takes it at full stretch. Right back pocket for the Swans.
Just Joey's all over it. 40% of Pickett's goals this year have been kicked in the first quarter, 6 out of 15. That's why he's the number 1 analyst.
Sure, nothing too hard for you.
industry.
Well done.
There you go. They've coughed it up here, the Swans, coming out of D50. Tomlinson takes it on the outer wing. Shane Warne stands side, and then he lowers his eyes, puts it up to the 50, and Amati back in the side this week. Game 9 for that man. Takes it right on D50.
Joe, I don't know about you, you could just hear a bit of swagger in Chew's voice when he reeled that one out.
He was really happy with that one.
He knew it was a good one.
Yep.
It was
Dug real
compelling,
deep
wasn't
into
it?
the archives.
Yes.
It came off the middle of the bat and he stood there and watched it go to the boundary. Well done, Chew. Swans have got numbers up ahead. Heaney has it at centre half forward. Might be too far out to score. Vacant goal square. Punches it low and off to the right. 4 behinds against the reigning premiers. They're letting some chances slip early, the Swans. Demons 2-1-13, 16 minutes gone. Triple M IGA.
He is one I feel needs a big game for the Swans tonight. Isaac Heaney started the season like a house on fire the first couple of weeks. Has dropped off in the last 8 or 9 weeks, so he needs a big one tonight without Buddy.
Kick 5 in round 2, Joey. Kick 3 in round 6, like you said. Started well, but dropped off in recent weeks. The ball out in the tackle. Petrarca lurking. Handball's up for Neil Bullen. Here they go through the spine. A little fend off from Cozzy. And then a back turn. Look at him get out of jail, the little man. Spits it up to half forward. Over the back. They've got the numbers here, the Demons. Viney pops it to space. Jackson going back with the flight. Pulls it in a couple of metres from the boundary. Left forward pocket.
Gee, they're looking sharp, Melbourne. You always knew they were going to bounce back after their defeat to Fremantle last week, and at the moment they just look so potent when they turn the ball over. They've got players out everywhere at the moment. They're getting good looks.
So he had shots moments ago from about 45. He's a lot closer to goal, but harder angle. He wheels around, opens up the goal mouth. He's flushed it. He points to the sky. He runs to his mates. High fives all around for Jackson. They got their third, the D's. They moved to 3 goals, 119. The Swans 4 behinds. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
And we just mentioned Luke Jackson, as we said, been a little bit down in recent weeks, particularly with his marking and his ability to hit the scoreboard. But he is another one who looks fresh, looks up and about tonight. Cosy Pickett involved again. And as we said, the hard running of Melbourne, particularly on offence, stands out in this first quarter. And they are getting players ahead of the ball and giving themselves really good looks.
And Christian Salem, first game since round 1, as we know, number 1 ranked player at the moment with 8 disposals, also taken 4 marks.
Joey, just take us through the Melbourne mindset. What would the week have looked like? You played in some pretty good teams. They'd won 17 in a row. They didn't just lose last week. They got belted in the second half. What would the week have been like for them?
It wouldn't have been too dissimilar. They would have just taken the learnings out of it, looked at what they needed to improve on. But the good sides don't get too emotional, Jack. They don't get overexcited when they win or get too down when they lose. They stay really consistent, and that's the secret to being a good team.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy, score yourself an absolute Macca's legend, the McChicken. Order via McDelivery today. McDelivery available in selected locations. Viney tried to win the clearance but couldn't go anywhere. Kick up and down in the mine shaft by Errol Goulden. To the outer side wing, it's slapped forward to the Demons' advantage. Florent hits the footy first, gave it to Mills, and now Lloyd off half back has an option on the wing.
Haywood takes the mark. He's just held up briefly there by Bowie. Now he fans the kick up the half forward on a searching lead. Papley, 70 metres from home. City end of the ground, right to your radio dial. He looks up. He's got some big tall timber up at the top of the goal square. He sends it that way. The big flyer came from Haywood. Off hands Viney. And then Langdon, a torpedo barrel punt into the heart of the G. Straight into the lap of Rampy.
Standing inside the centre circle. Swans co-captain. Punches a low kick. Heaney used his body nicely. Slips through hands. Now Haywood. Right forward pocket. Didn't make great connection on the snap. Brayshaw back on the last line of defence. The Demons by 15 points. 19 minutes gone. Let's get down to Robbo for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Yeah, O'Riordan, you picked it up in the call, got a heavy hit early in this first term. They've looked at video. They've seen something. He's down in the rooms. They'll be testing him for concussion, O'Riordan.
As Reid takes a good contested mark against Jackson, he's going to send the Swans back into attack. Just massages a short ball. Finds Robbie Fox. Boy from Bernie Dockers in Tassie. He wheels boundary side and then loads up on the right boot. Puts it to the top of the square. The big fly came from Petty. Good to see him back out there. He spikes it through for another minor score. They're 5 behinds, the Swans. The D's 3-1-19. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. We've travelled 20 minutes in this first term.
Major ball winners too. Red Z Lenders.
For the Demons, Salem with 8, Viney 6, Langdon and Petrarca 5, just 4 to Blakey, McInerney and Lloyd.
Here's number 6 for Petrarca. Kicks a flat bullet onto the chest of Mitch Brown. The late inclusion tonight, playing his first game of the season. Back to Petrarca, who follows up. Looking for Viney just inside 50. No mark taken, Viney. Good tackle, though. Never out of the contest. Ripped it out of the hands of Goulden and handballed it forward. The Swans are set up behind the footy, though. Lloyd had to kick around the corner hurriedly. Brown in best place to take this mark. Was taken out of it.
Great to see Mitch Brown get his first crack at it this year. He's a great clubman. They all really like him. He's a popular player. And he's just been a role player for a long time now at AFL level.
65 metres out. Tall timber everywhere inside Melbourne's forward 50. McCartan bashes it towards the boundary line and over right forward pocket. Throw in for the Demons, who lead by 14 points. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
It's just a great insurance policy for them. If they need a player that can play down back, can play forward, he's reliable. You know what you're going to get. He's not in their best 22, but he's there if they need him, and they need him tonight.
First game since round 5 last year, Joey. He was in the wilderness and he gets his chance tonight as they put it back to the hot spot, the Demons. Fritsch couldn't be clean, and now Robe on him. An awkward-looking kick out to the 50. It takes a sidewinding bounce.
That'll be deliberate.
And the umpire charges in, says Tony Deliberatore. So Jordan will take it. Decides to retreat a little bit back to Bowie, 60 metres from home.
Robbo for Bob Jane T-Marts. Have we got a sub?
Yeah, 3 goals down and a man down. So O'Riordan hasn't passed that concussion test. He's in the rooms. He got it clipped over on the outer side. Been in the rooms for a while, so he has failed that. So Ben Ronk gets his chance. O'Riordan out of the game.
Gee, it didn't take long for him to fail that test either.
Yeah.
Only down there for a couple of minutes, so it must be quite severe.
Well, there aren't too many players that get back out there these days. Once they get a concussion test, I mean, Tom Stewart last night, I think we even heard him say to Chris Scott he passed the test, but they still ruled him out. It's almost impossible now if a player gets looked at with concussion. I think it's the right thing. The doctors are ultra cautious, and it's probably the right way to go.
Young De Koning last night, though, he took a very heavy knock and stayed out in the park, Joey.
She's a good player.
Really good.
He's a star in the making, isn't he? Free kick against Cozzy Pickett. Paddy McCartan to take it. Right half back. Demons lead by 14 points. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. 22 and a half minutes gone. Blakey brings it back to the broadcast side. McInerney diving down low, takes a good mark. Sydney goalless in this opening quarter so far. Have kicked 5 behinds. The Demons, after a fast start, a 3-1-19 as McInerney chips up ahead to Mills.
Anything catching your eye, True Man, on the Reds?
Yeah, well, Melbourne, they're very good in regards to first quarters. They've won 10 out of 11, outscored their opposition by 134 points.
Up to the 50 for the Swans. Amati flies. Down at the spill was Parker, went boundary side and couldn't keep it in the field of play. There was Wicks.
It's been a real issue for Sydney Swans too. Their first quarters, conversely, hasn't it, True? They've really struggled this year, the Sydney Swans, early in games.
Yeah, spot on. They've only won 4 out of 11.
So ball in, attacking 50 here for the Swans. Can they get a major on the board? Shark by Viney, handballs over the top. Neil Bullen past the seas, and then he squirts a ball up to the broadcast wing. Doesn't favour Brown.
Oh.
And then Rampy just professionally sees that one over in front of the interchange gate.
Just did enough to disguise that one, Dane Rampy. The kick was in front of Ben Brown, who probably needs a big game. Ben Brown, he's been very quiet the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, goalless his last 2 games, Joey. Kick 4 in round 7. That's his best haul of the season. Parker tackles Jordan at the stoppage. Members wing here at the Triple MCG. 24 minutes gone. 14-point lead to the Demons. IGA Liquor scoreboard. Oliver busy early. Combines with Jordan. Little 2-man game. Then he hacks forward. Viney with courage. Knew that McCartan was coming. Stood in the hole. Took his medicine. And takes a good mark. 65 out from the Demons' goal. Back over his mark. On the lead is Gawn. No mark for him. Pickett kept it in. Clever. Petrarca handballs back into play. Brown off to Gawn like a rover. Steps through. Snaps brilliantly. And that's how good the Demons are. 4-1-25 in the opening quarter. They're back in business. Not that they were down for long. The Swans, 5 behinds. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Well, for all that talk about their system and how they stack up defensively, sometimes it's just individual brilliance. And it was first of all Cozzy Pickett, who did enough to keep the ball alive just inside the boundary line. And then it was Petrarca, who was able to break a tackle like he's done so often to give the handball inside to Ben Brown. And then Maxi Gawn just playing like a rover, getting back involved after being in the marking contest, got back to his feet, and a snap around the body from the big fella, just something he keeps adding to his game, that ability to hit the scoreboard as he goes along in his career. Melbourne, well, they're up and about tonight. Sydney got their hands full.
Inside 50 is 11 all, but Sydney, they're number 4 for goal scoring efficiency. But tonight, 11 entries for no goals, just the 5 behinds.
Back in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Gawn takes it out of the air. Get up to Viney, around the body, and here's Brown. Crashing through, good contested mark at centre half forward. Probably just beyond his range here. He looks up off a couple of steps. He pops it out to the open side. Searching lead, Fritsch. Takes it on his chest, 40 metres out, 45-degree angle.
That was all too easy. Kick out to the open side. Fritsch coming out of the goal square. Good mark from Mitch Brown, first of all, at centre half forward. Didn't do a lot of work, Fritsch, to get that separation. Just had that space out wide. No Sydney defender wanted to cut across and get in front of it. And in the end, it was an uncontested chest mark.
So the leading goal kicker for the year, 25 goals, 11. He breaks the 50, Bailey Fritsch. Hits it from 46. Straight over the goal umpire's hat. Fritsch gets his first for the night. The Demons have kicked the first 5 here at the 26.5 minute mark of this first term. They're 5-1-31. The Swans 5 behinds. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Well, spoken about this already a number of times this year. The Sydney Swans, if they keep giving away 4 or 5 goal starts in first quarters, they've been able to pull it back against a couple of teams. They did it against Hawthorn. I think the Giants, even a couple of other teams that aren't as high on the ladder. But you can't do this against Melbourne and expect to win the game. We've already seen it this weekend with Geelong last night, even Adelaide getting a big lead this afternoon. It's almost, these days in modern footy, it's almost impossible to come back from 5 goals down at quarter time. I know we all think, oh, there's a lot of game time left, but we see so often it's very, very hard to actually win when you're giving up a 26-point start like the Swans are. So they're going to have to try and do something late in this quarter, maybe manufacture a goal just to give themselves some sort of sniff.
Joey Montagna on Triple M footy. All the Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Sydney win it out of the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. No mark for Reedy. Had a lot of it. In fact, the umpire comes in late. At first glance, it looked a mark, Joey. Harvey Norman replay.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Luke. Cheers, mate.
Triple M Harvey Norman replay. I don't think that is a mark. I don't think he's held it for long enough. It's bobbled out there. I think it was the out-of-zone umpire watching it from here. I think it was Matt Stevic in the middle of the ground that wasn't the officiating umpire that actually told the other umpire to pay the mark.
Well, they needed something, Sydney. This is a gift. Directly in front. Reed kicks their first. 1-5-11 the Swans. The Demons 5-1-31. 28 minutes gone. The Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Well, that certainly helps the Swans. As I said, they needed to find something inside this last minute and a half, and they were able to do it straight out of the centre bounce. Sam Reid, the experience down in that forward line now. It's a pretty young forward line down there, so he's going to have to shoulder the load without Buddy Franklin, and he was paid the mark. Adam Tomlinson's a little bit bemused, just having a look at the Triple M Harvey Norman replay, but as we said, it was just paid, and it was a bit of a 50-50. I would have let it be play on. Jack, what about you?
Play on. As I said, at first glance it looked a mark, but the more replays you see, the more it's play on, I think.
Thanks to Harvey Norman. Be warm at home with the great selection on heaters, electric blankets, split system air conditioners, I think that is, and more. As we're out of the middle here again for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Matt Stevig's called another one off the play.
Yeah.
So it's going to come back to the middle of the ground. Maxi Gawn, the beneficiary. See that one, Joey?
Well, it didn't again look a lot in. It was just a ruck contest where Gawn's punched it forward. Might have got some incidental head contact, but strange that the out-of-zone umpires paid another free kick.
Long and strong from Gawn inside 50. McCartan there with the spoil. Crashing through Brown. And now the big tackle laid on top by Parker. At the bottom of that one, Lever. The umpire comes in to break him up. A bit of a scuffle. And a man's pushed to the deck. Stevic not getting sucked into that one.
I don't mind that call from Stevic. Let him go.
We've seen some of those paid. Spargo trying to find his way through, was tackled. Had one arm pinned, dropped the footy. Rowbottom to take it for the Swans. It's a 20-point lead that the Demons enjoy inside the last 10 seconds of this quarter. Langdon can put it back inside 50. Petrarca was the target, and Blakey got a fist on, and it might have just saved one last scoring opportunity for the Demons. 5 seconds left on the clock, Joey. They've got some work to do at quarter time, the Swans.
Yeah, they do. They had their chances early in this quarter, but they weren't able to convert, and they've just left themselves a bit of work from here.
Laddams down, around the body, Florin outside 50. An interesting quarter, a bit of flex here from Melbourne. After losing by 38 points last week, they've come out firing. They've kicked 5 goals, 131. The Swans 1-5-11. It's Joey Montagna in the house with Jack Heverin, Ash Chua, Mickey Roberts, Timmy Solly. Saturday night footy for McDonald's and Reba. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
score yourself an absolute Macca's legend, the McChicken. Order via McDelivery today. McDelivery is available in select locations.
This is Triple M Melbourne. Weekdays from 6, the Marty Sheargold Show live.
Here if you need. I'm goalkeeper.
Now at 4 p.m, Triple M's Rush Hour with JB and Billy.
That just tickled my fancy. Tickled my fancy.
And Triple M plays rock's greatest hits all day. And how good is it? Triple M rocks footy. Streaming on the Listener app, your smart speaker, and 105.1.
Where do you find the fancy on your body?
That's Triple M Melbourne.
The McChicken is simply simple. No bells or whistles. Just a crispy chicken patty and fresh lettuce smothered in creamy McChicken sauce. Hey, we said no bells and whistles. McChicken. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Available after 10:30am.
Never miss a moment with KO Sports. All of your favourites live, including every game of the NRL and AFL seasons, every F1 race, the NBA playoffs, and so much more. New to KO? Start your free trial today.
Every year, we help thousands of people like you control their gambling. So, we get that every story is different. We get there might be setbacks along the way. We get that you might need lots of support or just the odd call. To change the way you think about gambling, call someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help on 1800 858 858 or visit the Gamblers Help website.
Hi, bank.
Yeah, hi. Why are you charging me fees when Athena Home Loans don't charge any fees at all?
No fees? That's ridiculous. Surely they charge application fees.
No.
Monthly or ongoing fees.
No.
Exit fees.
No.
Asking questions fees.
No.
Chocky-bicky fees.
No.
Indoor plant fees.
No.
Pens on strings fees.
No.
Long lunch fees.
No fees at all.
Just doesn't add up.
Actually, it really does.
Switch at athena.com.au and enjoy a home loan with no fees, so you can pay off your home loan faster. Athena, love us and leave us. Standard credit criteria, terms, conditions and government charges apply.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Naturally, my first love is beautiful National Floor Tiles. But I must say, this all-new hybrid flooring we have at National Tiles runs a very close second. At National Tiles, prices on hybrid flooring are just incredible. As an example, we've got circa $40 hybrid flooring at just $29.95 every day of the year. That's a massive saving of 25%. So rush into National Tiles now and save.
There's now more in every Qantas point, with a program change that's giving you more value than ever before. With 30 to 45% less points on hotels and holidays, there's more
room service
in every Qantas point. Qantas Frequent Flyer, now more rewarding than ever. T's and C's apply, excludes classic hotels.
Australia, let's get ready to rumble! One of the biggest fights ever in Australia. George Kambosos Jr. versus Devin Haney. Tomorrow from 11 a.m. Order today on Main Event on KO Sports. No KO subscription needed.
Need a coffee break? Buy any Coles Express Urban Coffee Culture coffee and get any Kit Kat medium bar in the same transaction for just $1.50. For your next coffee break, express yourself at Coles Express. T's and C's apply. Offer ends June 29.
Shut up! The footy's on
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
Saturday night footy in the MCG, all about the Demons in the opening quarter. 5-1-31, it was a blitz. Sydney had no answers. They're 1-5-11 for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M rocks footy. Your full team is assembled. Timmy Solly, Joey Montagna, Ash Chua with all the numbers that matter. Robbo's boundary side. I'm Jack Heverin. Joey, take us through that opening quarter and how many boxes did the Demons tick?
Well, they ticked most of them. Sydney had their chances where they had almost the same inside 50s, didn't they? They had the 12 inside 50s. They had 5 shots on goal, but as I said during the quarter, most of those shots were either wide or from 50 metres out, which don't give you a high percentage chance of getting them. They did have a couple of good looks, Sydney, particularly McInerney, and he wasn't able to convert. And then that just opened the door for Melbourne. When they got their opportunity, they punish you. They run hard forward, they spread, and they were able to convert and be accurate when they got their opportunity. So that's the difference between the two teams. Otherwise, the contested ball and clearance numbers are roughly the same, but it's just when you get it, Melbourne are going with some speed. Sydney are sort of at the moment being forced to go wide and taking long shots.
Yeah, spot on. 4 out of their 5 majors for the Demons have come from stoppages, Jack, and just their efficiency as well for the Demons. They're ranked 12th for goal scoring efficiency. They got about 22% tonight. 5 majors from 12 entries at 36 at Petrarca. Season low, 10 disposals last week. He's already racked up 9 at quarter time.
Back in the midfield this week,
Yep.
You can tell. While you're on a roll, Chew, just take us through results from earlier today, please. Choice hotels around the grounds.
Early today, the Crows defeated the Eagles by 31 points. Tex Walker, 22 majors, 22 disposals and 3 majors, I should say. And The Gold Coast Suns defeated the Kangaroos by 62, 15-19, 109 to North Melbourne 7-5-47.
Mickey Roberts, boundary side for Bob Jane T-Mart's bit happening in that opening quarter for you.
Absolutely. Christian Salem's the one. He had a great first quarter. Hadn't played since the opening round, so that's tremendous for the Demons, but no good for Colin O'Riordan. Concussion in the rooms. Had a look at video. He's been subbed out, and that means that Ben Ronk gets his chance in this game. So O'Riordan out, Ronk in for the Sydney Swans.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Here's Tim Solly.
Let's get the second term underway. Good bounce by the umpire. Laddams with the tap down. Claimed in the tackle. Sparrow got boot to ball up to half forward. Attacking it hard was Harms. Runs to 50. Gets it on the left slipper to the top of the square. And Big Mac Scorn, who started out of the goal square, led forward and took the big mark over the top of Tom McCartan.
Well, this is a concern because it's been an issue for Sydney all year, their ability to defend the tall forwards of the opposition. They are undersized. As great as Tommy and Paddy McCartan are, and even Dane Rampy, they have to fight out of their weight division. And poor Tom McCartan standing in the goal square against 208cm Max Gawn, good luck. He's got no chance, really.
Kick one in the first term. Just holds the ball up like a basketball, spins it in his hands a few times, Big Max. Lopes in. Sends it on its way. Straight as an arrow for Big Max. They get the first goal of this second term, the D's. They're 6-1-37. The Swans 1-5-11. Inside the first minute of this second term. That's all on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams, huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
Tom McCartan, 193 centimetres. Max Gawn, I apologise, Max, you're 209, not 208. So 16 centimetre difference. It's going to be a tough ask. He's already kicked 2 goals, Gawny. So number 1 ranked player in the ground, I would have thought, Man.
Spot on.
He's looking ominous at full forward.
You're on tonight, Joey, aren't you? You're on.
He's enjoying the back row.
That's nice back here.
I reckon that's about 4 or 5 spot-ons we've had tonight already from Stu.
Well, started with that Pickett
Cosy
stat.
Pickett one. Yeah, got me up.
Didn't even know the numbers, Joey, but it was just intuition.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. We're a happy team inside here, which is nice. Not everyone can say that. Jackson handballs for what was intended to be Petrarca. Eventually made his way to the footy. Little kick off the ground was okay. Harms at centre half forward, dispossessed. Handball from Warner was risky. Here comes Pickett. 65 out from goal, the Demons. Oliver works together with Jordan from right half forward. Is going to hug the boundary line with the kick. Gone the intended target again. This time attracts a crowd, and the Swans force it over for a throw in, but every time they go forward at the moment, Joey, they look like scoring the D's.
Yeah, because they're getting really good looks. Their mids are spreading so quick when they win the ball that they're getting really good looks going inside 50.
Right forward pocket, City end, attacking end for Melbourne. Gawn taps down, Shark Mills knocked out in the tackle. Row bottom, a worm-burning, spiralling ball outside 50. And there's been a free kick against Amati, I think it might have been. Reed, got to be careful, didn't give the ball back cleanly to Jackson, but common sense prevails.
This is the luxury of having gone forward. Is that Jackson, he's up and about tonight. He's feeling really good about himself, playing well.
He sends it to his partner in crime, Gawn. Spills the mark on the third bite at ground level. Oliver scrambles one to Pickett. Off a step, end on end. Brown claimed in the Rampy tackle and disposed of it illegally. Free kick to Rampy. Left back pocket, I should say, for the Swans. 3 minutes gone, second term. It's the D's leading by 26 points on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
No Franklin tonight for the Swans. To be fair to the Demons, no Stephen May. A couple of the major outs. All the others for the D's are omissions. Amati from the back of the pack. Couldn't mark. Laddams. Not sure what to do. Members wing. Handball's off to Heaney. Left foot kick drives to half forward. Hunt wearing Patley tightly tonight. Looks like he's got or had the job early stages. Off hands and over once again.
Isaac Heaney, I haven't called his name too often.
He's only had the 3 disposals, and as you mentioned, his form over the past month, 16 touches he's averaging. He's kicked 2 goals, 7 as well.
Strange, he started full forward first quarter, starting the second quarter on the wing, so still trying to figure out what to do with him.
Here he is, Heaney on cue. Left foot ball around the body. Wobbly one up to the 50. Off hands of Marty. Handballs to Papley. They need him to get busy. He dodges around a couple. Puts it to the top of the square. Reed out of position. McDonald just tentative. Needed to go in hard. And now on the turnover. Langdon, Harms. Brayshaw back to Harms. Back to Brayshaw. Waxing on the boundary line. And then he Just scrambles one outside 50 onto the chest of Neil Bullen.
Gee, they did that well. In a tight space, 3-4 handballs, find an uncontested mark. Now they can set up their offence from half back.
And Salem, what are his numbers, Stu?
Oh.
Dangerous kick. I'll get back to you in a second. It made it hard for Petty. Good contest from Amati. Brings the Swans back into it. 40 out from their goal. Free kick being paid. Sydney free kick. Adam Tomlinson's got that look on his face again that he had in the first quarter.
The bemused look. I'll have to catch that on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay as we see Harrison Petty, who's already been in the wars, now holding his shoulder with that big collision from Joel Amati. But Tomlinson picked the footy up and then it just spilled out in the tackle and the umpires said that's a throw. Gee, that's a bit stiff.
Harvey Norman replay, be warm at home with a great selection on heaters, electric blankets, split system air conditioners and a whole lot more as Reid kicks his second. He's got both of the Swans goals and they answer back and get it back to 20 points the difference. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. We've been going 5.5 minutes in this second quarter.
Yeah, well, he has got the 2 goals and you could say he's had the rub of the green on both of them. The mark that was probably not there that was paid and then a throw against Adam Tomlinson that probably wasn't there either. Jimmy?
Sorry, Joe.
No, you're right.
Red Zed's 2 men.
Yeah, just some low numbers for the Swans. Mills, he's only had 5 touches. Parker just the 4. Heaney, as we mentioned, just the 4. And just with Salem, he's had 8 disposals, Jack.
Robbo for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Harrison Petty, seriously, he's a punching bag. He's as awkward as a cow with a cup of tea. Fair dinkum. He's got his left knee heavily strapped. He's done his ankle, and now he's got a stinger on his shoulder. And they'll look at the AC for sure. They're taking him into the rooms now. He's got a sore left wing, so he's in there with the doctor and the medical kit, the whole lot. They might put the screen up for Petty, I reckon.
McDonald's and Reid. God, Robbo. On form early.
Hello to the RSPCA.
Out of wing. Ground level, just scrambled forward here. Paddy McCartan got worked off the pill. Neil Bullen left it behind. McCartan on his back. Warner spent it before he had it. Got it out to Justin McInerney. He handballs to Lloyd under pressure. Coughs it up, Neil Bullen. Handballs to Gawn. Right on attacking 50. Handball wide for Spargo. Retreats with a handball to Harms. Lowers the eyes from 50 and then Fritsch fell over. And easy as you like, Robbie Fox takes it in the back pocket. Petty off the ground again here, guys. He's looking worse where Robbo might be bang on.
I'll be a bit worried about Petty if Robbo's around. He might finish him off tonight. Florent breaks out of half-back, up to Logan McDonald, out of side wing. Forced to hit up a long way from home to get his hands on the Sharon. Short kick out wide. Wicks can hold it up. Next link in the chain is McInerney. Still 75 out from goal. Clever kick. Logan McDonald backing back. Had nothing coming his way. Takes a good mark. Right forward pocket.
Yeah, another opportunity, but again, it's another tough opportunity for Sydney. Melbourne, again, happy just to allow them to go around the boundary line, keep them wide, and it's going to have to take a really nice kick from Logan McDonald here to get their third.
Pick number 4 in the 2020 National Draft. He's getting better and better with every game. Game number 16 tonight. This will take his absolute best. It's a statement of how good he's going to be. Never looked like missing. The Swans kicked 2 in a row for the first time tonight. They're 3-5-23. The Demons 6-1-37. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Oh, that's a beautiful finish. Lovely technique from Logan McDonald. It was a tough ask, but he flushed it, and that's what they're going to need to do. They're going to have to, as we said, take their opportunities when they do get set shots inside 50, because we know how hard it is to take a mark inside 50 against Melbourne. I think, they're the hardest team in the competition to take a mark against inside 50. The Swans have actually been able to take a few already. As we said, a lot of them have been wide or from far out, but if you get it in the right player's hands, they can still hurt you with those set shots.
Spot on, Joey. Defensively, Melbourne only concede 7 marks inside their D50. Sydney have already taken 5 already.
Tag teaming beautifully tonight, the boys in the back row.
Spot on.
Yeah, number 7, Triple M Red Z.
Yeah.
PB's 24.
24?
Yeah. That's when I used to work with Spud. He used to threaten me if I didn't say spot on.
For McDonald to Ream, hot water back in the middle. It's scrambled a half forward here for the Swans. Row bottom at ground level. Just hacks it around his body. Reid front spot. Couldn't collect. Tomlinson claimed in the Reed tackle. Thrown to the turf. No prior opportunity. Ball up, 25 metres out from the Swans goal. 9.5 gone in this second term. They've kicked the last 2 goals. Bit of a pulse here for the Swans. Ball in the air. Laddams slaps it towards goal. Going low and hard. And earning himself a free kick, young Bowie.
First loss of his senior career last week, Jake Bowie. Wouldn't have known what to do. 18 in a row, had he have won last week, would have gone equal with a 93-year-old record. Unfortunately missed out. Neil Bullen tackled by Parker, ducked his head, umpire didn't fall for it. Parker rewarded with the free kick. They're having a good 5 or 6 minutes here, the Swans, Joey.
Yeah, this is a good little period. They've just got to try and maximise their opportunities now.
From the wing, Parker drives long, Gawn backing back. Heaney snatched it out of his hands. Umpire said play on. Sweeps a handball to Laddams. Snaps around his shoulder from 40 out, the big man. It's up and down into the forward pocket. Brayshaw happy with both fists to put it into the stands. Throw in left forward pocket. The Demons by 14 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. 10.5 minutes played in this second quarter.
Gee, you thought that almost could have been paid to Isaac Heaney, that mark, but I think Gawn also had his set of hands on it, so the umpire decided to call play on.
Pun road end. Slippery handball was too slippery for Papley. And Neil Bullen got it out towards Jordan. Shovels it wide for Sparrow. Now a right foot ball. He's got Big Ben Brown all on his lonesome. Neutral territory on this broadcast wing. 11-minute mark of this second term. Big Ben just shuffles back and then he winds up on the big right slipper. Sends it to half forward. Brown flies. Front and centre was Rowbottom. Tackled by Sparrow. Arm pin. Couldn't get it loose. We'll have a ball up right half forward here for Melbourne. They're leading by 14. But as Hev said, they've had a good 5-minute patch here, the Swans.
D's kicked the first goal of the quarter, Timmy. Haven't kicked one since. Sydney have got the last 2. Gordon off the back of the stoppage. Kick smothered. 50 out from the Demons goal. Viney goes past it. Mills over the footy now for the Swans. Handballs out into space. Paddy McCartan bends down. He couldn't gather. Sparrow burrowing his way in. Umpire hovers and penalises the player who was trying to actually make the play. Maybe the Swans free kick. Mills, that's gone about 7 metres. Put his teammate under all sorts of pressure. Rampy got a boot on it. Golden against the boundary line. 50 out from his own goal. Goes back to Mills. Kicks around the corner. Up to the wing. Viney will fly. Unrealistic attempt. And that one's going to Parker.
So Parker, left half back for the Swans. And just reload and send it high and long. Leave a box seat. Good fly McDonald. Brought it to ground. Mopped up his own mess. Then got out to Rowbottom. A right foot drop punt inside 50. Big 2-on-2. Reed worked his way to the front against Tomlinson. And he'll go back for a set shot from 40.
Well, this was going to be the slight Achilles heel of Melbourne coming into this game. We knew it was going to be no Stephen May, who patrols that defensive 50 so well. Usually, and he would have probably killed that ball if he was there. He would have killed a couple earlier in this quarter as well. So this is the opportunity that Sydney need, and the way that he's been kicking, Reed, you'd have to put this one in the book.
He's got the kicking boots on tonight. No Buddy Franklin. We put the moss on him. Have we? No, he's snuck it home. He gets his third for the night, Reed. They've kicked the last 3 goals, the Swans. They're 4-5-29. The D 6-1-37. 13-minute mark, second term, Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
It's a couple of the Melbourne mids. Two-man that had some impact in that first quarter, being a bit quieter. Petrarca seems to have been down this term.
Yeah, Petrarca had 9 touches in the first quarter, only 2 in this second term. And Viney, he was busy with 9 during the first term, statless as we speak in this second quarter.
Luke Parker's the one that's lifted to it, feels, for the Sydney Swans. Got a couple of free kicks, laying some tackles as he's done so often in his career. He's having an impact, and Swans now feel they're back in the game. This will be great for their confidence. They're moving the ball a little bit quicker. You can see they've tried to go through the corridor a couple of times, which they weren't able to do in that first quarter. And when they do that, that's another mark inside 50, and they're giving themselves much better shots at goal.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy, 3 in a row to the Swans, and they're making a run at the reigning premiers. Harms having a turn in the middle, couldn't take it away. Jackson lays over the top of the footy. Umpire lets it go. Viney handballs it out. Gordon ducked his head this time, gets a free kick. Advantage paid. Warner kicks from a standing start to centre half forward. No one really flew. Hayward and Amati clashed it with each other, and Amadi a bit slow to get up. Salem has a fumble, handballs back to Jackson. He's closed down quickly, and here come the Swans once again. Chip forward is clever. Heaney on the end of it. Wicks was the tackler, picked it up, found a target. This for 4 in a row.
Seems a bit off the pace, Salem. He's had a bit of time away from footy. They could have brought him back through the VFL, Joey, but he's straight back in the side, and he's just hasn't got the tempo quite yet.
Yeah, a little fumble, and then was quick to put the handball towards Luke Jackson, but just sold him under pressure. So that's where if you've played a little bit of footy, you just have a little bit more composure, then rush that handball.
Heaney for goal number 21 of the season, misses to the left. 15-minute mark of the second quarter. They're 4-6-30 the Swans. The Demons 6-1-37. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
It's a time in forward half this quarter, too, because we've seen, as Fremantle did last week, if you can just play the game in Melbourne's defensive half and go at them, they're vulnerable like any other team.
57% to Sydney, last 10 at 65.
No spot on in there, Chew.
Not yet.
I thought that was prime.
It's close.
As we're up the half forward again for the Swans. Wicks spins around 360, back to the hot spot, and McDonald diving in, takes the slips catch, 30 metres out directly in front.
Well, that's already their 8th mark inside 50. You said they average 7 against them for a whole game, usually. So Stephen May factor again, but once again it was just started with Luke Parker's tackle on Petrarca at the stoppage, caused the spillage, a bit like we saw Fremantle last week, and then you just get it inside 50, anything can happen. Jake Lever just sitting off Logan McDonald.
He's kicked 8 goals, 7 for the year. Kicked one at the 8-minute mark of this term. That famous pendulum action sends the kick on its way. No problems at all. McDonald's got his second in the second term. They've kicked the last 4 goals, the Swans. They're 5-6-36. The D's 6-1-37. We've got a 1-point ball game at the G.
Now they've just ramped up their pressure, the Swans. That's where it's coming from, around the ball. They've been able to turn the footy over, cause Melbourne to fumble. The last one, as you said, it was Salem's handball to Luke Jackson that they coughed up. Then that time it was a Petrarca first possession that was coughed up. And this is what Fremantle did to them last week, and now Sydney Swans are doing the same and have got themselves right back in this game. In fact, they're on top in this game as we speak, even though they're just trailing by a point still.
Joey Montagna, Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. 1 point the difference, a minute into this second quarter. The lead was 26. The Swans have fought their way back for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M Rocks footy. Sam Reid taking a turn in the ruck with Laddams off the ground. He's wrapped up and going nowhere.
Triple M Red Z, Swans pressure 244 in this quarter. The AFL average is 180.
Good by you two. Jordan to Salem. Spiralling ball to the tip of the Demons 50 as they kick to the city end in this second quarter. Off hands, Neil Bullen tracks it towards the boundary line. Can't keep it in initially. Now he's trying to find the line. And eventually umpire comes in. Robbo for Bob Jane Teamarts.
Yeah, Petty back out, talking to the coach. Heavily strapped left knee that he brought in. Then they've strapped his ankle, the left side, and his right shoulder back out onto the ground. Unbelievable.
Bob Jane Teamarts by 3, get 1 free instant cash back on Bridgestone, Goodyear, Yokohama, Michelin, Dunlop, and many more. bobjane.com.au. There's been a free kick, a push against Jordan as he was kicking the ball against Wicks. Right half forward here for the D's. He's hard up on the boundary in front of the Melbourne members. They kick the last 4, the Swans. He sends it inside 50 and dropping back in the hole, Warner. You could feel Big Max coming, the big steam train, breathing down his neck, but he stood tall, Warner. And he just pops it over the top now to Mills.
6 votes last week in the AFL Coaches Association Award. Chad Warner is having a good season. Mills kick made it hard work for Reid. And a quick whistle, holding the ball. Demons free kick.
That's 2 kicks from Mills inside the last 5 minutes in the back half. That's put his teammates under pressure.
Salem drives it long, looking for a marking target. Fist comes from Tom McCartan. Langdon picks up the loose ball. Back to Brayshaw, has a fumble. 45 out from his goal. Tackles Florent. What are Christian Salem's numbers, Two-man, Red Z lenders?
Triple M Red Z, 13 touches, leading ball winner on the ground.
Attacking 50 here for the D's. Ball up. Gawn taps over the back. Clever to Neil Bullen. He fires from 50. It's across the face. One bounce and out of bounds. Right forward pocket here, City end of the ground. They led this by behind the D's. They kicked a goal in the first minute of this second term to Max Gawn, and it's been all Swans since then. Here's their opportunity as the ball spins back into play. Reid versus Jackson. Reid to the front. Petrarca sharked it, taken down by Rowbottom. And now Rampy, top of the defensive goal square. Scrambles it back out to the 50. Ground level Wicks. Arm pinned in the tackle by Lever. Benefit of the doubt by the umpire. We'll have a stoppage 50 metres out from the Demons' goal. Almost ticked into time on in this second term.
Harvey Norman replay. Sam Wicks copping a stray elbow in the head. Petrarca couldn't find Pickett, forward pocket. Oliver hard against the boundary line. Did well to keep it in. Jordan snaps it back towards the D's goal. It's off hands. And Blakey, the one to force it over for a throw in.
Still applying good pressure here, Sydney. So now they're applying the pressure defensively just to not allow Melbourne off the hook and allow them to get an easy goal. So I'm liking this from the Swans. They just got to maintain. It's being led by Mills and Parker, who have had 6 tackles each already in this game.
Tom McDonald watching on from the stands tonight, are laid out for the second week in a row with an ankle issue. Mitch Brown, the inclusion for him. Warner hacks it out of the Swans' defensive 50, kicks it right into the middle of the triple MCG. Hayward had to mark that footy. There was all Demons around him and he took a ripper.
He squirts this one sideways. Right half back, Goulden. Got a teammate riding shotgun and Rampy doesn't give it to him. No one standing the mark, so he just waltzes off and massages a neat ball to the outer side. Florent, true centre wing, far side of the ground. 21 gone second term. D's lead by 1 behind as he loads up here, Florent to the 50. The big nest forms over the back. Tomlinson spilt the mark. Papley lurking, overran the pill. Oliver around his body. A high up and under. The big spore came through from Brown, did well, brought it to ground. Now at ground level, Mills. He's gang tackled. Pickett threw it out the back door. And he'll give away the free kick right half forward. Blakey the beneficiary.
Kick and a half out from the Swans goal. They kick to the punt road end in this second quarter. 37 plays 36. Demons by 1. McCartan chips it in the pocket. Reid being held. They found a mismatch. Christian Salem had Reid one-on-one, and the Swans did well to find that mismatch, Joey.
Yeah, not sure how that was able to happen when it was such a slow play, but obviously as soon as they transitioned the ball, Sydney, Melbourne were happy to hand over, and they identified at the Swans, and this will lead to another goal.
They have not led at any stage tonight, Sydney. They still don't. Now it's dead level as Reid hits the post. 3 goals, 1 for the night. 37 each of 2 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. 22 and a half minutes gone.
12 scoring shots to 7. Could well be 3 or 4 goals ahead here, the Swans, if they'd kick straight. Salem left back pocket now for the D's. Moves it on. A high long drop punt down the line. The big one-on-one. The spore came. Now at ground level. Rampy partly smothered Oliver. And belted board by Mills. Clever. Rowbottom got it out sideways. The flying shot from Goulden from 40. That was Wicks. And he's missed to the near side. Minor score. They're in front now, the Swans. 5-8-38. The D's 6-1-37. 22 gone second term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Sporting tradies with over 120 stores. Expert teams. Huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradies job easier.
It's coming back in too. Goulden loads up his left foot. Kicks to the disciplined area. Reid and Hayward fly. Hayward, he's claiming the mark. He might have a case. Gave a handball off to Papley. He took on the tackler and didn't win. Spargo comes out of defensive 50 for the D's. Has Brown right next to the interchange bench. Melbourne just trying to slow things down a little bit here. They're under the pump, Joey.
Yeah, they are. They just need to get the ball in their front half and just lock it in for a few minutes. Doing a lot of defending.
Jackson trying to claim the mark. Wasn't paid. Neil Bullen and Rowbottom tussle. Ball up at right half forward. The Swans by a point. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Some Reds heads, too, man.
Yeah, Melbourne restrict teams to 38% scoring efficiency, ranked second defensively. In this quarter, Sydney, 7 scoring shots from 12 entries, going at just under 60.
Broadcast wing, Salem waxes with Jordan. Just pumps a high long one up to the 50. Big crowd forms. Gawn brought it down. Oliver hit it at pace. And now Pickett Handball's boundary side. Spargo with some time and space. Back to a dangerous spot. Brown couldn't stick it. The spoil came. Now Neil Bullen bumped off the pill. Bodies flying everywhere. Langdon on his knees. Gets up to Gawn. He's taken off it. And now the Swans with the numbers. Warner through the traffic. A high, long one. Papley has to win the one-on-one. He's got out the back door. Vacant goal square. Dribbles it home. Oh, he liked that one, Tommy. They've kicked the last 5 goals, the Swans. They're 6-8-44. The Demons 6-1-37. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Oh, that's a huge moment in this game. And I tell you what, we'll take a look at the Triple M Harvey Norman replay, but that is some sort of forward craft from Papley, because he was going to be in the front spot, and it was Jaden Hunt who was in the box seat. Papley knew, well, I can't take front spot. So as the ball was in the air, he quickly slipped behind Jaden Hunt, and all of a sudden he was in the box seat to slightly work him under the footy. And that's why he was able to take that mark and get out goal side. You can just see there in front, he goes, I'm going to get behind him, worked under the footy, was able to take the mark, open space in front of him. And when Tommy Papley's up and about, so are the Sydney Swans.
6 unanswered goals. Sydney are red hot for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks footy. The Demons have gone to sleep in this second quarter. Another clearance win for the visitors. Laddams this time kicks deep. Amati out of position. Tomlinson won the battle, did well. What's going on with the Demons, Joey?
Well, it's a bit like last week. It's not rocket science. Sydney just winning the footy. They're getting it in deep, and they're applying a lot of pressure on Melbourne. They're human.
Jackson near the interchange bench. Dispossessed. Had it for too long. Rowbottom rewarded with the free kick. Callum Mills off the ground. We'll get to Robbo shortly. For Bob Jane Teamarts, here's Rowbottom. Broadcast week.
Loads up on the right boot. A high long drop punt. The big nest forms. Amati competes well. Now at ground level. Harms out to Petty. Outside 50. Blakey couldn't stick it. He wants to take the advantage, but it's going to be a Melbourne free kick. Harms at right half back. 26 and a half gone in the second term. The Melbourne fans crying for a 50. It's not coming. Harms loads up. Searching kick down the line. Big Paddy McCartan couldn't stick it. Spargo just wrestled across the line from Paddy as he comes off for a spell.
He's a beast, Paddy McCartan.
He's a big boy.
Comes off. Charlie Spargo was like a pinball, just sent flying. 27 minutes gone. The Swans by 7 points. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Warner dispossessed. Broadcast wing gone. Gave a handball off to Harms, who runs and carries and looking for a marking target. Fritsch was the man he was after. He snuck out the back, gets onto his left foot and finishes. Demons kicked their first since the 1 minute mark of the second quarter. And to say that they needed that is an understatement. They get it back to a point the difference. They're 7-1. The Swans are 6-8. 27 and a half minutes gone.
I'm sure you don't have a stat for this, Stu, and I'm not expecting a spot on, but gee, it feels like Fritsch bobs up so often when they need a goal. It feels like that whenever they're under the pump, they either win a centre clearance and Fritsch does something, or again like that, creates a little bit of something out of nothing. I reckon he did it probably in the grand final against the Bulldogs. I think he did it maybe against Fremantle last week. He was the one that was able to sort of stem the tide. And again, when they've been under the pump, he's been the one that's just been able to bob up with a bit of something special.
Well, since 2021, number one ranked player for critical moments stats. It's Bailey Fritsch. Spot on,
that's
Joey.
a lie.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, call him bull dust on that one.
That is total bull twang.
Spot on, Jack.
As we're back in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. They go toe-to-toe, Rowbottom and Oliver. Rowbottom ducks out of the tackle. He wants to take the advantage. A long one in the Amati direction. Ball to the back. Tomlinson claimed. Ball loose. And now it's just paddled towards the goal line, through for another minor score. They lead by 2 behinds here, the Swans. 6-9-45. The D's 7-1-43. Almost 29 minutes gone in this second term. It's been a 5-2 second term. Swans lead it by 2 behinds.
Still time for either team, 1 minute and 15 before the main break. Viney at half back. Hayward's got him. Ball jars free. Likewise for Warner. He can't get it out. Neil Bullen goes to ground. Rowbottom pushed him in the back.
Unlucky there, Sydney, but that's been the story of the quarter. They've just been applied pressure. They've forced Melbourne to cough it up, fumble, quick kick it, turn the ball over. Their pressure rating this quarter is at 230. As you said, average is 180. That's just been the factor in this quarter that's been able to turn the ball over and give themselves good looks.
Long kick up to the wing. Gawn stands under it, takes a good mark. Clock down to 36 seconds. They've got one-on-ones ahead. Fritsch and Spargo are screaming for it inside 50. Gawn's going to lay off instead to Langdon. Clock down to 20 seconds.
Langdon wheels and goes. Long, strong, inside 50. Numbers with the Swans, and Laddams from 3 deep. Just got a good launch at the pill. He'll fan it across the defensive goal face. So 2 goals to McDonald, 3 goals to Reid. And the Swans are going to go into the major break here. Leading by 2 behinds. They're 6-9-45, the Swans. A big, big second term. Leading the Premiers 7-1-43. Joey Montagna in the house. Ash Chua. Jack Heverin calling the action with Timmy Solly. Mickey Roberts down on the boundary for Bob Jane T-Marts. It's half-time here at the Triple MCG. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
Scott Pendlebury. 6'3", Scott Pendlebury.
Yeah, you've just learnt that.
I know, I just learnt that.
Sneaky 6'3".
You are a very sneaky 6'3", because I see you come in here and I think, I mean, I never thought you were Rove's height, don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? I knew you were tall, but I didn't.
Is Rove tall?
No.
He's tiny.
5'8".
Right.
He's Marty's height.
He's a little bit shorter than me.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
2 succulent beef patties, crunchy lettuce, tangy pickles and onion. All oozing with special sauce. The Big Mac. It's the burger equivalent of a mic drop. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's value the Australian way at Coles. Right now, you'll get triple Flybuys points on thousands of Coles brand products. Only at Coles. Offer ends June 28 on selected Coles branded products. See in store for details. Excludes Coles Express. Standard T's and C's apply.
Hello, bank.
Hi, I've been a customer with you guys for ages and I see you're advertising lower rates than what I'm on.
And your point?
I'm paying more than new customers.
That's the loyalty penalty.
Seriously? I'm being penalised for being loyal?
Your loyalty is worth a lot to us.
Then why am I paying thousands more a year in interest?
As I said, it's worth a lot to us. Gotta go. New customers waiting on the line.
Athena's the only lender that rewards your loyalty, not charges for it. See how much that can save you at athena.com.au. Athena, love us and leave us. Standard credit criteria, terms, conditions and government charges apply.
Never miss a moment with KO Sports. All of your favourites live, including every game of the NRL and AFL seasons, every F1 race, the NBA playoffs, and so much more. New to KO? Start your free trial today.
Today, great value is more important than ever. So, at Vodafone, our end of financial year sale is on now with this amazing offer. You'll get a massive 80 gigs of data for just $40 a month on our SIM-only Lite plan. That's plenty of data to stream, share, and do more of what you love. Don't miss out on Vodafone's end of financial year offer. Connect today, only at Vodafone. Offer ends 30 June 2022 unless extended. T&C apply.
It's tax time at Bunnings Trade. Check out our latest catalogue for amazing deals on DeWalt, AEG, Pazload, Makita and loads more. Plus you'll find bonus redemptions on a huge range of top brand tools. Tax time catalogue is out now at Bunnings Trade. Helping business is our trade.
Every year, we help thousands of people like you control their gambling. So, we get that every story is different. We get there might be setbacks along the way. We get that you might need lots of support or just the odd call. To change the way you think about gambling, call someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help on 1800 858 858 or visit the Gamblers Help website.
The Listener app is the new home of Triple M footy. And you'll find every Triple M call, of every AFL game.
Big atmosphere here tonight.
Everywhere.
We're at the Triple MCG. Party time at the Gabba. Game on and off the stadium.
No matter where you are, stream the Triple M Footy Call live. Download the Listener app now. Sign up, choose your team, and you won't miss a game of the AFL season.
Listener.
Shut up. The footy's on Triple M.
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. One battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee.
Half-time at the Triple MCG, and it's been very much a game of 2 quarters so far. Sydney were monstered in the first quarter by the Demons, who led by 20, and the Swans fought back in a big way. Kicked 5 goals to 2, and now they lead by 2 points at the main break. This is the halftime break for Bosch Power Tools. Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools, 1 battery, corded power, and it's backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee. Joey Montagna, the 2-man, Jack Heverin, Timmy Solly, Mickey Roberts, your call team for Saturday night for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks Footy. Joey, we've got ourselves a game at halftime. It looked a little dicey at quarter time, but it's all up for grabs.
Absolutely, and it's followed, I suppose, a bit of the trend of both teams this season in regards to the first quarters. Chu mentioned Melbourne are a red-hot first quarter team. Sydney, it's been an issue for them all year. It was the case again. They were lucky to get a goal just before quarter time, and mark was paid to Sam Reid that was 50-50, but that just got him a goal, got them back into the contest, and then whatever John Longmire said to them at quarter time certainly worked, because they came out with some real intent. Their pressure was off the charts. I'm sure Ash will give us the numbers in a minute, but there you could just tell they lifted their intensity around the ball, around the contest. They forced Melbourne to cough the ball up, and then when they did, Sydney were able to pounce on it and get some field position and some entries, or they forced Melbourne to quick kick it, rush it, turn the ball over, and again go at Melbourne. And then they were able to actually, in that second quarter, find some marks inside 50s. They were able to get some good looks at goal, and I reckon that second quarter, he realised the importance of Stephen May. There would have been a number of those balls that went inside 50 that Stephen May either would have got a fist on it and knocked it about 30 metres away, or he would have marked it. Instead, it just comes to ground. It just stays alive. You know, Tomlinson got caught holding the ball because it stayed live in their defensive 50. So I reckon May's been a big factor. But no doubt the biggest factor has been Sydney's midfield pressure ramped up, was through the roof, and it just shows it doesn't matter how good a team Melbourne are. They are human. They are susceptible to red-hot pressure like anyone is that's played AFL footy. And as good as Petrarca and Oliver and Viney and those guys are, they were found out a bit in that quarter from the Sydney Swans pressure. So full credit to them. That's one quarter. It's going to set up for an awesome second half.
Those pressure numbers and everything related to that, Stu, take us through what it looked like in the second quarter for the Swans.
The pressure rating, 228 in that second quarter. As Joey said, the AFL average is 180. And you look at the tackle numbers, all right, Melbourne, 20 more disposals, but Sydney, 17 more tackles. They've racked up 44 tackles in a half. The AFL average for an entire game is only 56. And those big tackle numbers, Jake, you got 6 to Sam Reid. His PB's 8 in the game. A lot of those in the forward half of the ground, and 6 to Parker and 6 to Mills.
That's the blueprint, though, isn't it, Joe? Surely John Longmire and his team would have watched what the Dockers did last week in the second half. And everything you said, we called that game last week, Timmy and I. That's exactly what the Dockers did.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's what happens. Teams go to school on what other teams do, and it's not like it's rocket science. I mean, apply great pressure, turn the ball over, or get them to spill it, cough it up, and then put the ball inside your 50, put the Melbourne defenders under pressure, and things are possible. But I think what maybe last week the Fremantle game did for other teams is they're not invincible. Yeah. They're not this great side that you need to come up with some magic formula to beat them. It's simply roll up your sleeves, get after them like you've never got after any team, and anything's possible. And I think maybe it's instilled a bit of belief in other teams in the competition that if you do that, you can give yourself a chance. So that's what I think we've seen in this second quarter. There'll be other teams sitting at home watching, thinking the same thing, and maybe all of a sudden, people don't fear Melbourne. The opposition go, well, you know what? They are human. They can cough the ball up. We can score on them if we go at them, and I think that's what we've seen in this quarter.
But the big thing now is to do it for the third and fourth quarters.
That's the challenge, because the good teams like Melbourne do it for 4 quarters, week in, week out. That's why they're the champs. That's what the other teams have got to aspire to, and that's going to be the big challenge for Sydney in this second half.
Major ball winners up until half-time, Chu.
Yeah, Jake, 15 apiece to Salem, Jordan, Viney and Petrarca. Jordan's kicked a major as well. And for the Swans, 13 to Callum Mills. He's going at 43% by foot, and 10 to Chad Warner.
Let's get to the Amy Clanger. Who covers Clangers on and off the field? Amy does. Let's see what the first half brought us.
I'm sure you don't have a stat for this, Stu, and I'm not expecting a spot on, but gee, it feels like Fritsch bobs up so often when they need a goal. He's been the one that's just been able to bob up with a bit of something special.
Well, since 2021, number one ranked player for critical moments stats. That's spot on,
That's
Joey.
a lie.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, call him bull dust on that one.
That is total bull twang.
Spot on, Jack.
Yeah, the great Dennis Pagan, Stu, used to have a saying, don't you know what down my back and tell me it's raining.
Yes.
You just tried to, you know what, down the entire Triple M family's back.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He wouldn't be happy about that, would he?
Very good. Big thanks to Amy. We'll have another clanger, no doubt. There'll be plenty of them before the end of this game. Half-time at the Triple MCG. It's the Swans 6-9-45 leading the Demons 7-1-43 for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That halftime break for Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. One battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Footy at grassroots level, Timmy, teaches kids about sportsmanship, also known as respect.
Yeah, very important, Hev. And if you are going to stop violence against women, then we need to instill the importance of respect in our kids from a very early age.
For more information and for conversation starters, visit respect.gov.au.
Violence against women, let's stop it at the start.
A message from the Australian Government, Canberra.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M's Sunday Rub has an elite team.
Work my way around the desk, and first of all, the greatest player the game has ever seen.
Oh, thank you, Brownie.
Yeah, hello.
Led by an elite coach.
And the greatest coach to ever win a premiership is Ross Lyon. He was unlucky a couple of times.
Yeah, they execute. Every time I look at Joey, I think, did he miss one?
Join the Temper Mattress call team tomorrow from 1 for the Hawks and Pies. For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
The McChicken is simply simple. No bells or whistles. Just a crispy chicken patty and fresh lettuce smothered in creamy McChicken sauce. Hey, we said no bells and whistles. McChicken. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Available after 10:30am.
No matter how big the job, get it done faster and easier with our tax time bonuses from Hikoki, High Performance Power Tools. Right now, when you buy Hikoki products, you can redeem big bonuses on a massive range of Hikoki power tools. Bonuses include a Hikoki work light, pressure washer, circular saw, impact driver, multi-volt batteries, and more. So for the big jobs, get these big tax time bonuses from Hikoki. Conditions apply. Offer ends June 30, 2022. Visit hikokipowertools.com.au.
Be warm at home with Harvey Norman. Get snug with Sunbeam Sleep Perfect Antibacterial Queen Electric Blanket, only $199. Stay cozy with a Neuro 2400 watt Spot Plus electric panel heater, $479. Warm up with Breville, the Air Rounder Plus Connect heater, fan and purifier, $399. Stay warm with a Fujitsu reverse cycle air conditioner and get up to $200 in digital prepaid MasterCards. Offer via redemption. Be warm at home with Harvey Norman.
Australia, let's get ready to rumble! One of the biggest fights ever in Australia. George Kambosos Jr. versus Devin Haney. Tomorrow from 11 a.m. Order today on Main Event on KO Sports. No KO subscription needed.
A quick chat about raising respect with Mark Howard.
If we're going to end violence against women, then we need to bring up respect. Kids' sports are a great step towards teaching your kids about respect. Respect for the game, for their teammates, and for their opponents. Driving around on a Saturday, it's a great chance to have a deeper conversation with your kids. So rather than the old, how was your game question, why not ask, if one of your friends was being disrespectful to you, what would you do? There are a stack of other great conversation starters at respect.gov.au. Every little talk you have shapes them. Bringing up respect grows respect. So talk early and often. Violence against women. Let's stop it at the start.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra, and the Triple M Network.
TPG brings you awesome deals on mobile with a massive 50% off all TPG mobile plan fees for the first 6 months. Now that's pretty good. TPG. New TPG mobile customers only. For use in Oz, T's and C's apply.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
In 2022, Triple M rocks footy.
Just a nice bit of football class there, Jim.
Temper Mattresses, a mattress like no other, aiding in players' rest and recovery. Discover Temper at temper.com.au.
Oh, they don't come much better than that.
Seabus Super, making hard work pay off.
Look at him get around him. Unbelievable.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
Shut up. The footy's on Triple M.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Saturday night footy at the MCG for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. It's the Swans and the Demons. The Swans lead it by 2 points. Joey Montagna, Timmy Solly, Ash Stewart, Mickey Robertson, Jack Heverin, your Saturday night call team. Let's go back to what we've seen earlier today, Joey. A couple of games that I think it's fair to say didn't reach any great heights. Firstly, Adelaide with a win in the wet over the West Coast Eagles. It was the start for the West Coast Eagles. Their quarters 2, 3 and 4 weren't that bad. Their first quarter was pretty rough.
It was horrible, to be honest. I was surprised. I thought West Coast could actually, not maybe win, but I thought they'd certainly be competitive. And in the end, they probably were. But the first quarter, geez, they were disappointing. And there's so much going on there. Adelaide got the win that they deserved. But you're right, it didn't reach any great heights. The thing for me that stood out, Taylor Walker, again, best on ground. A lot of talk about his contract situation at the Crows. I've got no doubt now that Adelaide, and we spoke to Matthew Nix this morning on Dead Set Legends in Melbourne, and Matthew Nix almost intimated that, look, we haven't spoken about a contract yet, but we want Tex. He wants to stay. And in the end, it probably looks inevitable that he will end up staying at the Crows for probably one more year. So that was the highlight for the Crows for me.
That's a no-brainer, isn't it, Tim? Tex to stay at the Crows.
You'd think so. I mean, it'd be great to see him just finish off his career at the one club. He's given so much to that state in general. He's he's a real Adelaide man through and through. And
he's still their best forward, to be honest.
Yeah.
So they still need him. They need his leadership and they need his experience around the place. So he was terrific.
And Twilight footy in the top end. The Gold Coast Suns winning by 62 points over North Melbourne. Jason Horne-Francis, an ankle injury. Keep an eye on that one. The Suns did what they needed to do.
Yeah, again, this is a bit different because at quarter time you thought, gee, North Melbourne are a big chance here. They led 27-10. They were playing some really good footy and we thought, oh, good, finally we're going to see North Melbourne challenge. And then the second quarter, I think it was maybe 50 points to none or something like that. The Kangaroos did not score in the second term. Gold Coast absolutely blew them off the park, and then from there it was game over. So another really disappointing result for North Melbourne. I think, again, there'll be some more heat on them and the football club. And the Gold Coast Suns, finally, they get they're above the ledger now, and they can push for a top 8 spot. So it was great for them. Tuke Miller led the way superbly once again. What a player he is.
Tomorrow, Sunday doubleheader. You hear both of them from start to finish on Triple M footy. Timmy, tomorrow at the MCG, the Hawks and the Pies. Intriguing game, this one.
Yeah, let's hope there's a good crowd here, Hev. Obviously, Collingwood just a bit hot and cold, aren't they, Joey? We never know what we're quite going to get, but in recent weeks they've showed a bit.
Yeah, I think the Hawks are the ones that are really hot and cold. They are a team that when they play great, they look awesome, but then they can also put some pretty ordinary football together, where the Pies have won their last 2. They've beaten Fremantle and Carlton.
Yep.
I think we can start to trust them again. I thought they got to a point where after that sort of positive start, the sugar hit, so to speak, with Craig McRae, they might have just fizzled off, but they've tightened up their team defence. It's been obvious that they've just really screwed down and tightened up. Darcy Moore and Jeremy Howe are playing much better footy in the last 3 or 4 weeks off the back of better starting positions. It's giving them a chance, and we know they've still got some firepower, and their forward pressure and their front half turnover game always gives them a real good crack. So I expect Collingwood to win that one tomorrow. But again, hopefully it'll be a high-scoring game, I think, because both teams like to attack and play pretty free-flowing footy. So should be a cracking afternoon.
And then we might have saved the best till last. Again, not for the first time this season that this has happened. Third versus second, the Dockers and the Lions at Optus Stadium.
Yeah, not sure how this one will go. I've tipped Fremantle, but not with a great deal of confidence. I think Tabernar's a big out for them. No, Walters as well. We've seen Fremantle struggle at times this year in their forward half if they are lacking some of their quality. So it'll be another test for them. Brisbane have sort of been doing what they need to do, but they get a really good look at it. So I think we'll get a real solid feel for which team is probably the number 1 contender to Melbourne after this game tomorrow evening. So it should be a beauty.
We saw them last week, Timmy, the Dockers. If they can bring what they bought in that game last weekend, they're going to be pretty hard to stop.
You know what it is for me, Hev, with Fremantle? It's the small forwards, the Schultz, the Fredericks. When those guys were up and about in that second half last week, that was the difference. We're seeing it again here a bit tonight. When Pickett's up and about, Melbourne seem up and about. When Papley's up and about, the Swans seem up and about. So it's almost like that barometer. If those young small forwards for the Dockers can get up and about, they should get the job done on their home deck.
Well, the speed in the front half of the small forwards across the competition has become so vital. We think about the improvement from Carlton with their small forwards. We know about Melbourne's because they have the twofold. They can create goals and create havoc with their speed and their talent, but then they can also create havoc with their forward pressure, getting after defenders, their speed to close down and tackle, and force turnovers. So these quality, speedy, small forwards in the competition are becoming crucial to the team's success.
Choice Hotels around the ground need a break. Book direct and save with Choice Hotels. choicehotels.com.au. Third quarter not too far away. Is there a birthday in the Solly house tomorrow, Timmy?
It sure is, Hev. Young Harvey turns 3 tomorrow. So, looking forward to that one. The poor little guy's been crook all week. So we've got the cake organised, Hev, and it should be a cracking day at home for the Sollies.
What sort of cake?
A little dinosaur cake he requested.
Ooh,
so
homemade or?
Wife's been very busy today,
Yes.
Joey. So little trip to Kmart to get the dinosaurs. And she'll be all on tomorrow.
How would you go, Joey? Could you?
No,
bake a
I
cake?
can't bake a cake. No, we'll leave that one. We've got my little boy's birthday in about 3 weeks, so my wife will get to work there. He suggested a cake. He wanted something. I don't even know. It's green on top and orange on the inside, so I'm not sure what we're going to do. But he suggested what he wants. So
I'm not even sure that makes sense. But anyway, good luck to him. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. Robbo for Bob J and Team Arts. He's a whiz in the kitchen.
Jack, stick your hand out the window, mate. Have a look. It's raining. And
it is too.
It is. And I tell you what, I just had a look at the radar. It is hosing down on the peninsula, and we're going to get some. So it's going to be a wet second half, that is for sure. Don't forget that Colin O'Riordan is already out. His concussion. Ben Rourke into this side, so he gets his chance to prove himself, the number 25, but just starting to rain at the G.
Let's get the second half underway for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Gawn went early. Tapped out the back door for Oliver. It's Shark by Rowbottom. He's taken down. The handball up for Parker. Couldn't quite grab the handle. There's the greasy pill in play. Gawn. Got out to Salem. You heard the umpire. They wheel and go the Ds. Salem up to the 50. Fritsch. Not wet for that man. Takes it in the one pluck. 53 from home. He'll wheel around the man on the mark and then just check the kick late. Finds Big Ben Brown, 35 out, 45-degree angle.
Gee, that was clever from Fritsch. He wheeled and feigned like he was going to go for home. He was probably a tad too far out. And then at the last minute, great chemistry with Ben Brown. Pulled the kick. Heaney was claiming that he got a fingernail on it, which he may have, but that's generally always paid a mark.
So he's yet to kick one tonight, Big Ben. He's struggled in recent weeks. This will do his confidence the world of good. He's gone right back outside the 50, and now he starts to trot in like a big stallion. Loads up from 43 off the side of the boot, hasn't even got the journey. And scrubbed through for a minor score, 7-2-44 the Ds. The Swans 6-9-45. That's all on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
You can add a drop to your shop this footy season, Timmy, at IGA Liquor. Like a six-pack of beers to go with your footy snacks. Head to igaliquor.com.au to find your local store. There's one just around the corner from you. Sydney free kick. Isaac Heaney. It's a little laconic, that kick, and Oliver chimes in front of Rowbottom, takes the mark, puts it back in deep. Fritsch has got a couple to beat. Rampy fists it towards the boundary. Spargo picks it up, left forward pocket, pokes it to the goal square over the head of Langdon. The Swans player went flying through and has landed awkwardly as well as it's off hands and out of bounds. It's Justin McInerney. Kamikaze threw himself at the footy. He's okay, Timmy. We're going to throw in right forward pocket.
Punt road end. 10 goals kicked at this end so far in the first half. It's been the attacking end. Ball in. Brown takes it out of the air. He's taken out in the tackle. Mills mops up. Outside 50. Brayshaw parked underneath. Spills the chest mark. Then just ferocious. Dives back on the pill. Got it to Petty. Around his body up to the 50. Cut off Laddams. A high skying ball down the line. McDonald flies. Heaney couldn't grab the slippery pill. And Neil Bullen was collected high. He'll get a free kick in the heart of the G.
He's a bit slow to get up as well.
Stand.
He just caught one in the mush. Triple M Harvey Norman replay.
Just took his eye off the ball there, Isaac Heaney, when the contact was coming, and then got Neil Bullen across the face.
Neil Bullen with a long kick, searching for a marking target inside 50 as the rain is coming down at the Triple MCG. He beats everyone and over for a throw in, right forward pocket.
I think she might have stopped, Jack, the rain.
Robbo for Bob Jane Team Arts, still raining?
No, it's just eased off a little, but I tell you what, you got a spare seat up there because it's coming.
Oh, it's warm up here, Robbo.
I was just very worried for some of the product that you've got rolling, Robbo. The rain gets in there and it runs down your face. That's nasty. Heaney slaps it away, and then the clearing kick from defence by Lloyd to the outer side wing. Whistle. He's going to go the Swans' way, and they take the advantage through Reid.
Through the corridor, Reid. He's got nothing ahead of him. So he looks sideways. He's got Fox, who's leaked forward from half back. He looks back into the spine. He pops a floating ball over to Heaney. 70 from home, Isaac Heaney. He's called to move it on. He squirts one into the pocket, just a bit too heavy for little Papley. And out the back door, Jimmy Jordan takes the relieving mark in the left back pocket.
Salem, first game of the season tonight. What are his Red Z lenders, two-man? Chris Salem?
16 disposals.
Red Z lending, loans for the self-employed. Heaney flies, can't hang on to the greasy Sharon. And it's out of bounds. Broadcast wing. Only the one behind scored so far in this third term. The Demons 7-2. The Swans 6-9. It's a 1-point lead for the visitors. The Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Ball in, broadcast wing. The big men go to work. Gone there versus Laddams to the front. Mills, claimed by Oliver. He was slung to the turf. Not dangerous, says the umpire, but no prior. Another stoppage, broadcast wing. Almost 5 gone, third term. Swans leading by 1 behind. Real stalemate at the start of this third quarter. And there's a free kick against Rowbottom. We'll go to Oliver. He just gets on with it immediately. Drives a worm-burning floating ball to half forward. Brown got a little touch. It was good for Harms. Had it stripped. And he was taken to the turf without the ball. So we get a free kick 70 metres from home.
Back into the team tonight. Missed the last 2 with a hamstring issue. James Harms. Brown in best shape to mark. Couldn't hang on. Ben Brown hit the pack. That was Mitch Brown flying. Ben Brown roving. 15 metres out from the Demons' goal. McInerney. Cool head in a crisis. Kicks towards the boundary line. Hayward takes an excellent mark with Salem bearing down on him.
He's done that a couple of times, Will Hayward, taking a couple of crucial one-on-one contested marks.
Searching ball up to the outer wing, but Petty worked Reid under the pill, and now he wants to attack through the corridor. He finds Big Max right in the centre circle. He fans one wide. Brayshaw squirts one to Jordan in front of the interchange gates. Just backpedals a bit, and then he nurses a short ball, finds Harms. Left half forward now, kicking to the punt road and the D's. He loads up now with James Harms. A big one. Max has crept forward. They sit on top of his head. And now at ground level, Petrarca lurking. Heaney's there. Laddams head over the pill. Jordan did well, got it Neil Bullen. Exits the 50, finds Bowie, pops it into the hole, and Blakey, the double-handed spike, kills it out of bounds, left forward pocket for the Demons.
Just building the pressure slowly here, Melbourne. 6 inside 50s to 1. Just tightening the screws. Sydney got to hang on here.
Give us some other third quarter numbers too. Red Z lending.
Yeah, twice as many contested ball as well in this quarter, 12-6.
30 out from their goal. Petrarca hit the pack hard, couldn't hang on to the footy. Lloyd clears the defensive area, up to the wing. Petty and Amati, good contest. Reid did well, created some space for Logan McDonald. He kicks it off the ground from the wing. Wobbly, tumbly ball inside 50. It'll roll and roll and roll. Hayward had a fresh airy. Now Salem and Papley in a one-on-one. Top of the goal square. Papley's got 3 to beat. Got a handball out to Wicks. Still 20 out from their goal. Reid bends over and picks it up. Tomlinson, Harms, Lever, all tackle Reid. And a ball up deep inside Sydney's forward 50.
Oh, they hang on the Swans now. It's their time to tighten the screws on Melbourne. Lock the ball inside their forward 50.
Ball up, deep in attack for the Swans. Laddams down through the hands of Harms. Rowbottom. Was he held? No. Langdon did well. Shoveled it back to the last line of defence to Tomlinson. He just pops it out into space. Ball sits for Lloyd. He's claiming the tackle. Oh, good contest there between Bowie and McCartan. They went low and hard like a bunch of Dodgem cars. And they bounced off each other. We'll have a stoppage left half forward for the Swans.
That was so good from young Jake Bowie. He saw, but you know Tom McCartan was never going to take a backward step, and Jake Bowie matched him.
This is good footy for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M rocking your Saturday night at the MCG. Langdon kicks around the corner. Lucks a fortune. Onto the chest of Pickett. Now handballs to Petrarca from the outer side wing. 2-on-2 inside 50. Fritsch couldn't mark. Had a teammate alongside him. Fritsch is up again. Paddles it to Jordan. Left foot dribbler towards goal. Is never going in. Minor score for the Demons. Scores level at 45 each. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Blakey, defensive goal square, punt road end. Not a lot of movement for him. It's very stagnant ahead, so he just pops one into the pocket. He's got a man on that outer side in Lloyd. Almost 9 minutes gone, third term. We're all tied up, 45 apiece as Lloyd pops it over the man on the mark. The big fly, Adams, front and centre, Langdon. Handballs over the top. Brown from hard up on the boundary. Pops it back to the top of the square, and Tom McCartan standing tall in defence.
Now the Swans have got some runners up ahead. Gordon takes the mark at right half back, told to play on. Not sure that he's heard it. Now works it out. His only available option was a little kick to Ronk. Playing as the sub tonight, Colin O'Riordan lasted all of about 6 minutes before he was subbed out with concussion. Now Robbie Fox, the sub from last week against the Tigers. Sydney happy to chip around and monopolise the footy. Eventually, Rampy drives it into the middle. Big clunk taken. Reed's having a night. Marks ahead of Gawn. Too far out to score. Papley's getting busy inside 50. Reed kicks it in his direction now. Heaney couldn't get a run at it. The Demons fist it towards the boundary line. Bowie happy to see it over once more. He tossed in right forward pocket. 45 apiece. 10 minutes gone. Third quarter. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Well, I love that kick from Dane Rampy. Just went straight down the middle, long and strong. As I said, you've got to go through Melbourne. It was a good contested mark from Reed, and now they've got a deep entry.
Mills, hands and knees, up to Reed, handballs to Warner from 45, back wheeling. Handball missed the target. Lloyd did well, low and hard, and then clever from Pickett. A little back heel. Now he's going to bob up with it, the little man from half back. Squirts the kick out wide into green grass. Mitch Brown leads the foot race against Tom McCartan. He's taken down in the tackle. No prior opportunity. Ball up, outer wing, neutral territory. We're all tied up, 45 apiece, 10 and a half gone, third term. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
Demons ramping up the pressure. Their rating's going at 224. AFL average 180.
That's what the good teams do.
Langdon, outer side wing. Hacks it towards the top of 50. Fritsch diving down low, trapped it. Nicely done with the greasy ball. Fine, he missed that man inside. It was Pickett. Sydney just got a hand on that one. Oliver puts his head over the footy. There's Rowbottom playing another tackle.
Just a high intense third quarter. Great quarter of football here. Both sides just going at it. No one's giving an inch. Hard to get clear uncontested possessions.
Only two behinds kicked in this second quarter. Both of them belong to the Swans. Mills up and under. Into the middle of the Triple MCG. Hunt almost ran underneath it. Lever. Clean, smart, knew exactly what he was doing.
Massages one wide. Spargo clever on McInerney. A clever little nudge. And now he nurses one in Big Gawn's direction. Did well, Big Max. Collects on the bounce. Hairball for Jackson. Just pops one over the top. Couldn't do it. Cut off by Florent. Courageous stuff going back with the flight. He could feel the pressure coming. When he put himself in the hole, Ollie Florent, and he'll take it deep in defence for the Swans.
This third quarter is a battle. Both teams searching for that elusive goal. Papley and Hunt, one-on-one inside 50. We've seen this before. Papley 1-0 in this duel. Paddles it towards the boundary line. Kept his feet and then lost the footy. Hunt wasn't sure what to do. Papley taps it back to the advantage of a teammate, McDonald. Now back to Papley. Left foot snap. Doesn't kick it this time. One-on-one with Patley inside 50 is the loneliest place at the MCG right now. Poor old Jaden Hunt's been stuck there twice.
Yeah, shocking feeling. But the reason why he was one-on-one inside 50, the Swans twice have just gone straight down the middle from defensive 50. They are not going to die wondering. They are going to take the Demons on.
Tomlinson, long searching kick. Jackson the target. Oh, beautiful front and centre there from Viney. Arches the back, takes a bounce, gives it to Cozzy. The Pistons pumping. He floats it over the top for Fritsch. Takes it on the bounce. End on end. Bailey's got his third. The D's are back in front. They're 8-3-51. The Swans 6-10-46. That's all on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. 13.5 third term.
Does that fall in the critical moments category of Bailey Fritsch again, Two-Man?
Just jotted the entry as we speak,
Number
Joey.
1 rated critical moment player since 2021. Again, when they needed something. It was out of the clearance, though. It was Jack Viney, who was terrific getting that ball bursting through. He had Cozzy Pickett running shotgun, so he decided to give it to the user from that kick down the line. And then Swans player Tom McCartney made interesting decisions. They had pressure coming from behind, but he chose to leave Fritsch to run forward. I know that's how teams are trained to do their team defence, but it just allowed Fritsch too much space inside 50, and he was always going to make him pay.
That is a big, big moment in the game for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. The Demons have the lead once again. Warner kicks out of the middle, up and under, goes to the outer side wing. Hard contest. Rowbottom arrived and split the pack. Sparrow worked it through by hand to Oliver. And here come the Demons. Salem, outer side wing, kicked it over the head of Brown, and that was easy pickings for Paddy McCartan.
Spears one low and flat. Taking it inches off the turf was Rowbottom, right on the Toyota logo. We've got a game on our hands here. D's by 5 as Rowbottom goes wide to Lloyd. True centre wing, broadcast site. He's happy to hold this one up a bit, Lloyd. Now he trots along the boundary and sends it up to the 50. Heaney, the box seat, over the back. McDonald took it clean, but he was mauled. Accosted by Lever. We'll have a stoppage 46 metres out from the City Road end. 15 gone third term. D's by 5 points.
There's Oliver trying to get busy in this third term. Heaney's kick going nowhere. Oliver told to play on as he marked. Harms trying to bust his way through the traffic. On defensive 50, Sparrow heads towards the boundary line. Gawn walks it over the boundary line next to Paddy McCartan. 8-3-51 the D's. They're hitting back in this third quarter. The Swans 6-10-46. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Some of the Reds heads, Man.
Yeah, and Clayton Oliver only 10 touches in the first half, 8 alone in this third term.
Reid worked Jackson off the pill, then Jimmy Jordan, he's been busy tonight. Putting his head over at Heaney, got it up for Warner from a standing start. He tunnels one forward, overrunning it Petty. McDonald through the hands of Ronk, he doubles back, gets it out to Heaney, sold a little bit of candy, runs to 53, sends it long, deep. Getting back Langdon, sliding in on his knees. Saves the day on the last line. The Swans 6-12-48. The Demons 8-3-51. Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
Gee, that's important from Ed Langdon. Does that so often as a wingman. He gets all the way back to the defensive goal square to bail out their defenders when they need him.
Ed Langdon's numbers tonight, too. Reds Ed Lending.
15 touches and a major.
Important inclusion for the D's, 1 of 5. Ben Brown, a long way from his natural habitat. Worked it out okay. Oliver, high and long to half forward. Paddy McCartan left Gawn and took a nice grab. We tick up to 17 minutes gone in the third quarter. The D's led it by 26 points early stages of the second, and Sydney hit back, took a 2-point lead into half-time. And the lead is now 4 for the Demons. Heaney looks for the kick out wide for Blakey. Right near where Robbo's sitting for Bob Jane team arts. Blakey told to play on and does. No real target up the line. Brayshaw didn't mark wrong, stayed down. Might have been a good decision. Heaney kicks it into the corridor. Reid on the lead. Couldn't control that awkward ball. Worked it somehow to Parker. Now Warner fossicking around. 50 out from goal. Steps back inside. Kick was touched off the boot, so McDonald will have to play on. No mark for him. Lever stood up strong. Bowie, last line of defence. All the time and space to give it to Langdon.
A high up and under outside 50. Gawn the target. He's going to have to beat Fox, and Fox did really well. Carries it out of bounds. Left half forward here for the Swans. Don't forget to score yourself an absolute Macca's legend, the McChicken. Order via McDelivery today. McDelivery is available in selected locations.
Isaac Heaney starting to have some influence, Chew, in this quarter.
Yeah, 8 disposals in this quarter, opposed to 7 in the first half.
Bob Jane T-Marts, Robbo.
Yeah, Isaac Heaney off, Joey, and limped off. So doctor's going to have a look at that. It looks like an ankle. He's just sort of walking it out now. Hopefully it's just a knock, but limped off, Isaac Heaney.
Bob Jane T-Marts, buy 3, get 1 free instant cashback on Bridgestone, Goodyear, Yokohama, Michelin, Dunlop and many more. BobJane.com.au.
Gee, interesting kick from McCartan. Missed a couple of targets and gives the footy straight back to Melbourne. Langdon out to Spargo, underneath the Shane Warne stand at the Triple MCG. We've got an absolute cracker for Saturday night footy. Brayshaw. Short kick. Good one to Petrarca. Mark's shoulders out, 52 out away from goal.
Again, it was just clever chemistry between Brayshaw and Petrarca. Feigned again like he was going to run and kick it long. Pulled the kick to Petrarca, but this will take his very best. I'm not confident, even though he's one of the greats in the game at the moment. Not sure he's going to be able to kick this from outside 50, just inside the boundary.
He's had his issues kicking in front of goal this year. 9 goals, 19 for last year's Norm Smith medalist. Man on the mark stands 50 metres out. Petrarca gives it every chance. It won't score. Brown almost hung on to the mark, taking on 3 Swans. Forced through for a rush behind.
Lee Montagna in the back row, the dual All-Australian. 287 games for the Saints, for Seabus Super, making hard work pay off. Just quickly, two-man choice hotels around the grounds earlier today.
Earlier today, the Crows defeated the Eagles by 31, Suns by 62 over North.
As they slowly work their way out of defence, Florent fans it wide for Rampy. Still inside defensive 50. They're happy to slow it up here, the Swans. They trail by 5 as he goes long and deep down the line. The big spore from Lever. Spiked at Brayshaw at the spill. He sends it on its way from 53, just a bit heavy for Harms. And across the face, through for another minor score. They're 8-5-53, the Demons. 6-11-47. Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard. Bob Jane T-Marts, Robbo.
Yeah, Isaac Heaney hasn't afforded himself to even sit down. He's been walking it out. It was a left side. I reckon it was a hit just around the ankle region, but all smiles now. The champ's going to come back on.
Good news, Robbo. Good news that the rain stopped as well. We started the third quarter with heavy rain. It didn't last that long, which is what we want. Neil Bullen, long sweeping handball back into Brayshaw, inside the centre square. Uses Spargo. 80 metres out from goal. He's told to play on. Heads wide to Petty at half forward. He's got a man inside, which is the captain, Max Gawn. A heavily populated forward 50 for the D's. Gawn's going to pop it up regardless. Jackson couldn't get a run at it. Ben Brown at the back couldn't access it either. Paddy McCartan decides to clear for the Swans.
Long and strong outside 50. Mitch Brown. No, it was Petty. Petty takes the mark, 70 from home, wants to get and go, long and deep, where's Jackson? Well done, Laddams, spilt the mark. Jackson tries to shovel it out, and then sold him up the river. Mills, Laddams in trouble, got it out wide, and then they clear the 50-metre area, but it's going to come back in through Lever. He just handballs boundary side. He had Langdon there, but I think the boundary line was his friend in the end. 55 metres from home here for the D's. 22 gone, third term. There's 1 kick in it. The Demons lead by 6 points.
It's on a nice edge at the moment, this game, Joey.
Yeah, just couldn't find a mark inside 50 those last couple of entries, Melbourne. Well defended by Sydney.
Parker wraps up Sparrow, makes sure that he's going nowhere, and has got him caught holding the ball. Started the game a little slowly, the co-captain Parker. But has worked his way into it now. What are his numbers, Stu? Red Z lending?
Disposal number 11, but he's laid 7 tackles as well, second most for Sydney.
His kick only as far as Gawn, though. Outer side wing. Has Brayshaw. His kick, risky. Found Bowie, only just. 75 away, goes back to Brayshaw.
Low flat delivery's a beauty. Into the hands of Neil Bullen, who was taken down afterwards. The umpire won't get sucked into it. So Neil Bullen He'll go back for a set shot here, 30-degree angle, and he'll hit it from 45.
Well, another really good entry from Brayshaw. We just said earlier they were just bombing a few to the top of the square, not getting much out of it. That time, again, like he did hitting Petrarca, Angus Brayshaw was able to lower the eyes and find an uncontested mark in Neil Bullen. Good kick.
So the boy from Glenelg over in SA. He's kicked 2 goals, 8 for the year. They need him now, the Demons. He starts at left. Never looked likely. They lead by 7 points here, the Demons. That's all on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. 23.5 gone third term.
So their efficiency that you mentioned earlier, Chew, for Melbourne's become an issue this quarter. 15 entries for just 1 goal, 5.
They've had the last 3 scoring shots. They've all been points. They might get another opportunity here as they reload. Bowie from left half forward. High up and under kick. Good contest. No mark paid. Possibly could have been to Brown. He's given them something in his first game of the season tonight. Lloyd took on Pickett. Got the handball away, but under all sorts of pressure. Viney shrugs the tackle. Right foot ball, it's high. Langdon came crashing in. Couldn't hang on to the mark. Sydney set up behind the ball. They'll work this one out okay. McCartan uses Fox in the back pocket.
Slow, steady. Crowd getting restless as he goes outside 50. Rowbottom strong. Had pressure from Oliver. Glued it in the right back flank. Only the one major kick this quarter to Bailey Fritsch at the 13-minute mark. It's been a real arm wrestle as he goes down the line. Gawn, front centre Jordan. Oh, Petty didn't check the rear vision mirror. And now Tomlinson bumped on the kick. And then going back with a flight, Mills did really well. He jams it up to half forward. Heaney the target sliding in. Bounces off his chest. And out of bounds, right half forward for the Swans.
John Longmire, the Triple M Harvey Norman replay screen. Be warm at home with a great selection on heaters, electric blankets, split system air conditioners, and a whole lot more. Good time of year too. It's as cold as a mother-in-law's kiss tonight at the MCG. Lloyd bashes it forward. 45 away from Sydney's goal. Logan McDonald over the ball. Lever not letting him out.
Your mother-in-law not listening tonight, Joe?
Hope not. She's actually a wonderful woman. Hello, Karen. Hope you're right for babysitting next week. There's Oliver. Nice pick up with the greasy ball. There's Sparrow. Now Viney. Interesting kick back inside. Open the door for Lloyd. Chain of handballs ends up with Parker. Quick hurried kick forward. Good contest. Papley made life difficult for Hunt, but he won it out in the end. Jordan from a standing start. Up to the wing. Loose ball falls to the advantage of Mitch Brown and now Oliver.
Around his body, puts it out to grass for Pickett. He's off to the races. Look at him go, the little man. Oh, did well, McCartan. Mowed him down. Tracked him. Pickett keeps it in. Then he's taken down. Good stuff, Tommy McCartan. But they've turned it over here, the Swans. The three-quarter time siren is going to beat the Demons. The fans are on their feet. Listen to them.
He played on. He played on, mate.
So there's not going to be a shot from Oliver. They wanted the free here. Bit of feeling, bit of push and shove. Laddams and Petty. We've got a real humdinger on our hands here at three-quarter time. It's the Demons, 8-6-54, leading the Swans, 6-11-47. Joey Montagna, Ash Chua, Jack Heverin, Mickey Roberts, Timmy Solly. Your Saturday night call team for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M, rocks footy.
That quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Score yourself an absolute Macca's legend, the McChicken. Order via McDelivery today. McDelivery is available in select locations.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
An air traffic controller printed out a picture of a plane's cockpit controls to help a passenger land the plane. It's a Cessna 208 Caravan, plane. I don't want my plane called a Caravan, in other words. I want bird name.
Yes.
I don't want Caravan.
Whale.
Oh, it's the
Whale.
Caravan of the sky.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
Ream, Australia's favourite hot water. Steady, hot and strong.
Every year, we help thousands of people like you control their gambling. So, we get that every story is different. We get there might be setbacks along the way. We get that you might need lots of support or just the odd call. To change the way you think about gambling, call someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help on 1800 858 858 or visit the Gamblers Help website.
Never miss a moment with KO Sports. All of your favourites live, including every game of the NRL and AFL seasons, every F1 race, the NBA playoffs, and so much more. New to KO? Start your free trial today.
We're Brandt. We're still your local John Deere dealer. We're still here to help you build your own success. From produce farming to hobby farms and all your turf needs, Brandt has you sorted. We're the same people you've always known, just with a different shirt.
Hello, bank.
Hi, I wanted to do a bit of a health check on my home loan.
No need, really. We're pretty happy with how it's going.
I bet. I see you're offering better rates to new customers, yet you've never dropped mine.
Why would we?
So I'm being penalised for being loyal? That's daylight robbery.
And moonlight robbery.
So you agree?
I'm afraid I can't continue until my lawyer is present.
Athena is the first Australian lender not to charge a loyalty penalty. See how much that saves you at athena.com.au. Athena, love us and leave us. Standard credit criteria, terms, conditions and government charges apply.
TPG brings you awesome deals on mobile with a massive 50% off all TPG mobile plan fees for the first 6 months. Now that's pretty good. TPG. New TPG mobile customers only. For use in Oz, T's and C's apply.
Vodafone's end of financial year sale is now on. The Samsung Galaxy S22 series sets an epic new standard with vivid night photography and an all-day battery. And right now, you'll save a massive $300 across the entire Galaxy S22 range when you stay connected to any eligible plan. Don't miss out. Hurry in store or call 13 22 99 and connect today. Only at Vodafone. Ends June 30, TNC apply.
Australia, let's get ready to rumble! One of the biggest fights ever in Australia. George Kambosos Jr. versus Devin Haney. Tomorrow from 11 a.m. Order today on Main Event on KO Sports. No KO subscription needed.
In Season 3 of Hamish and Andy's Remembering Project, the boys recall how hard it was to try and get a private jet for free.
Most days on air, we were pretending that everything was going well with the jet. Whereas in reality, out the back, it was like, look, there's a guy that has a crop duster that will give you a joy flight.
Season 3 of Hamish and Andy's Remembering Project is out now, exclusively on Listener. Download the Listener app to listen for free.
A Listener exclusive.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
Ripping game of footy Saturday night at the Triple MCG. The Demons 8-6-54 leading the Swans 6-11-47. Only one goal kicked between the two teams in the third quarter. It's greasy, it's tough, it's hard. It's exactly the way we want it for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Timmy Solly, Jack Heverin, Joey Montagna. The two-man's got all the numbers that matter. Mickey Roberts, boundary side for Bob Jane T-Marts. Joey, it was a flat-out war, that third quarter.
It was. With Damien Hardwick's quote, June is big boy month in the AFL. It's when the weather gets a bit cold, it gets slippery, and you've got to roll up the sleeves and get dirty. And both those teams did that in this third quarter. Neither of them took a backward step. Melbourne, after that poor second term, really flexed their muscles at the start of the third quarter. They ramped up the pressure. But Sydney, to their credit, they matched them. They weren't going away. They were up for the fight. They were able to withstand some of the pressure and the repeat inside 50s from Melbourne, who weren't able to convert their opportunities like they did in the first quarter when they kicked 5 goals, 1. They only kicked the 1 goal, 5 at one point in that quarter. So that was a bit of the difference. But Sydney held firm. They hung in there. And as you said, it was a real arm wrestle and now sets up for a cracking fourth quarter of footy. It's going to be up to the big names, the stars of either side. Normally in these situations, the one that break it open. But I reckon, Stu, an important stat, Sydney have a great fourth quarter record, don't they?
They certainly do. They've won 9 out of 11 and they've outscored their opposition by 111 points, number 1 for scoring differential in final terms.
Reds Ed Lending, loans for the self-employed.
Yeah, Jack, 41 tackles in that quarter. The AFL average is 28, so a lot of pressure, a lot of tackles. And Clayton Oliver got busy. 10 touches in the first half, 13 alone in that third.
He'd be a perfect wingman, too, wouldn't he, if you went out on a Saturday night? You know that he would be there.
Always got
shotgun.
your back. Yeah. Always.
Were you a wingman
Thanks,
in
Jack.
day 2, or were you the slayer of the
I had a crack, but I wouldn't say I was overly successful.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy, Timmy Solly's always successful on and off the field.
Thanks, Ev. Ball in the air, good bounce by the umpire, Laddams. The double-handed fist, gets it forward, but as far as Haywood, he shovels it wide. They're going to work it out here, though, the Demons. Langdon did well, turn back inside. He's got Jackson in the heart of the G. He wheels and goes. An awkward drop punt to the top of the square. Ball to the back. Which way will the umpire see it? It's going to go against Tom McCartan. A free kick to Big Max Gawn at the top of the square.
It's an identical start to the second quarter, wasn't it? When Max Gawn started at full forward on Tom McCartan. And again, Tom McCartan giving away 16 centimetres. Just felt the pressure, grabbed onto Max Gawn. And now Maxie's going to kick his third from straight in front.
Little jumper pull on there on the Harvey Norman. Be warm at home with great selection on heaters, electric blankets, split system air conditions and more. This Big Max just spins the ball sideways in his hands.
Although he has missed him from this spot in the past.
He has. Nervous moments for the Melbourne fans. He makes no mistake. He likes it, Big Maxie. And he's got a goal inside the first minute of this final term. And they extend their lead here, the D's. They're 9-6-60. The Swans 6-11-47. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Sporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams, and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
That was a different time, though, Jack, when he used to miss them. That was a different time for Melbourne. Not anymore.
Weren't quite winning as many back then as what they are
they're
now,
all conquering D's now. He's improved his goal kick. He's become a really good kick for goal, and he's so important. I mean, how do you stop someone that big playing out of the goal square? It's the luxury they have. It's a big point of difference that they have on a lot of other teams in the competition, and just gives them that nice little buffer to start this fourth quarter.
The McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, built up for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. Triple M Rocks footy. Sydney have been thrown a challenge to start this final term. Secondary stoppage in the middle. Warner crashing through. He couldn't win it. Viney bashes it to half forward. And picked up by Lloyd. Nice clean hands with it. Greasy ball. Handballs off to Blakey. Drives from centre half back to centre half forward. Read the target. Off hands Papley. Gave a hot one to McDonald. He was dispossessed. Umpire said play on. Goulden on the non-preferred. Heaney and Hunt inside 50. Heaney got it on the second bite.
It was an overzealous attempt from Jaden Hunt for a spoil. He jumped really early, missed it by a mile. It probably could have almost been insufficient, or what is it, the unrealistic attempt, but Isaac Heaney did well to keep his eye on it. Almost hit him in the face, and then on the second bite was able to bring it down.
Two behinds tonight for the quick response for Sydney. Kicks it. Back to 7 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. 3 minutes gone, final quarter.
And again, he's the chess piece. We spoke about that John Longmire can flick around. They can put him in the middle. They played him on the wing in those second and third quarters. But again, when the game's up for grabs to start the fourth quarter like they did at the start of the game, they've put him out of the goal square. They probably like that matchup against Jaden Hunt, particularly if you can get him one-on-one with a ball put up in the air like that situation. I said earlier in the game, without Buddy Franklin, they need a match winner. He is that match winner calibre player. And that's a good reply for him. Good response to start this fourth quarter.
Number one ranked player for Sydney since half-time is Isaac Heaney. 10 disposals, 4 marks, a couple of clearances, and he's kicked that major.
You talk about bites of the cherry. He took a bite of the Sharon on that one, the first bite off his mush. As we're back in the middle here for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Climbing over the top, Laddams. He's been winning those taps in this final term. Rowbottom scrambles one of the 50. And he got a bit of separation, McDonald. Took it 53 from home. He waves his hand around. He's looking for some movement inside 50. Laddams leaks forward. He decides to load up here and send it in the pocket. Laddams the target. And he's got him. No, knocked out of the mitts. Lever got it to Brayshaw. Harms. Now Viney. And on the left, Slipper outside 50. He was looking for Spargo and it was too wide. Out on the full.
Yeah, missed the kick, but he's had a very good game. Jack Viney. Some of his numbers, Stu, Reds Ed Lending.
Yeah, 23 possessions, 15 of those contested, along with 4 clearances.
Yeah, I've liked his game tonight.
Back into the team last week after injury. Clever work from Florent. Runs around the man on the mark. Into the right forward pocket. Hayward had it bounce through his fingertips. Last touch by Salem. Out of bounds. Stoppage once again. Right forward pocket. Punt road end here at the Triple MCG. The Demons 9-6-60. Leading the Swans 7-11-53. 5 minutes gone, final quarter. Brayshaw bangs it on his boot. Lucks a fortune. Spargo playing in front, dives down and takes a good mark on defensive 50.
He handballs off. Viney. Long left football down the line. Big one-on-one. Paddy McCartan brought it to the front. Lloyd stripped in the tackle. And then did well. Sparrow got it to Oliver. Under pressure though. Ball knocked out. And the umpire says holding the pill. So Warner, neutral territory on the outer side. He darts one on the 45. Finds Mills. They build here. Back to Warner. He just runs to 60. Loads up. Big one-on-one. Reed has to beat a couple and getting back Brayshaw. The cavalry arrived and he saves the day on the last line.
Decides to play the outer side. Gawn's the one that he wants from the kick in. Max almost marked it. Should get a free kick anyway though. For a push. Umpire Matt Stevick on the spot. Gawn made it hard work for Langdon, but he hangs on to the mark. Major ball winners in this game too, Reds Ed Lending.
For the Swans, 21 to Callum Mills, 17 to Lloyd and Heaney. For the Demons, 24 to Jordan, Viney, 23 to Oliver.
Langdon kicks from a standing start. Mitch Brown had it fisted away from him by McCartan, knocked it forward to the Swans' advantage and to the advantage of Chad Warner, who tucks it under the arm and runs away. Great chase from Oliver, got him and forces the turnover.
Into the spine, finds Fritsch, right near the centre circle, wheels onto the trusty left, puts it in towards the pocket. Mitch Brown through his hands. Out the back, they've got the numbers. Viney up to Jackson, wheels onto the right, from hard up in the pocket. He's put it across the face. Just hit the wrong side of the shower and he's dumped it out on the full. 7 minutes gone, final term. The D's lead by 7 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Sporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams, huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
Next goal's massive, Joey. Massive.
Yeah, spot on, Jack. It was great defence from Paddy McCartan to get the fist in on that kick, but they missed an opportunity, Melbourne. Harms was all on his own. Fritsch wheeled on his left and didn't see him on the right-hand side of the ground.
Florent kicks it down the line and Gawn will gobble that one up all night long.
This bloke's having a huge impact.
Kicks for Petrarca, who went with one hand and dropped the mark. Sydney via Golden sends it to half forward. Papley one-on-one with Brayshaw. Papley wants it out of bounds. Brayshaw kept it in. Good decision. Works a long sweeping handball back to Petty, and he kicks for a defensive 50. Gawn swallows another one. There's magnets in his hands in this second half.
The big Beacon nurses one over the top. Harms has run on into space. Takes it going back with the flight, but professionally held up there by Rowbottom. Attacking side of this broadcast wing. Just wheels back now, Harms. Not a lot of movement ahead of the ball, so he's got a short option now. Good searching leads on it. Sparrow. Right half forward. 1 goal apiece in this final term. D's leading by 7 as Sparrow sends it into a dangerous spot. Tom McCartan, the box seat. And he pulls it down uncontested in the end. Left back pocket.
Nearly 9 minutes gone in this final quarter. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. 60 plays 53. The D's in front. Golden instructed to play on. Just to kick it up and under. Gawn couldn't mark that time. Attracted a crowd. Parker, classy, spun out and gave a handball to Laddams. Now Warner back inboard. Wasn't sure what to do. Made it hard work for Florent, but he was up for the challenge. Cut through the middle. His kick, though, intercepted by Oliver.
Takes the game on. Handballs over the top of Sparrow. Back to Oliver. Missed him. Just a bit too heavy. And now Mills straight through the spine. Lever did well. Brought it to ground level. Mopped up Wicks. Handballs back to Parker, who floats a high one in the Amati direction. Ground level, lurking Papley, handballs it out, McDonald, time and space, threads the goal. McDonald's got his third, and a timely goal for the Swans. It's back to a 1-point margin here at the Triple MCG. The Swans 8-11-59, trailing the D's 9-6-60. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Oh, well, that was just great passage of play. Both sides turned the footy over, both won it back, and then they both turned it over again. It was the Tom Sparrow handball that missed Clayton Oliver, who would have run to 50 and had a shot for goal. Overcooked it. Sydney won it back. They went straight down the corridor. It looked like Jake Lever was going to take the mark. He dropped it, and then Sydney were able to pounce. Logan McDonald, as you called earlier, Jack, he's getting better by the week. That was a crucial moment. Papley as well with the front and square, being in the right spot at the right time. Gave that handball. It's game on here.
Robbo for Bob Jane Team Arts.
Swans chant coming through the G. The fans are sprinkled in amongst all the Melbourne members. They're vocal.
Here comes Petrarca out of the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M rocks footy, sends it to the goal square. What a grab from McCartan.
How many contested marks, intercept marks between the McCartan brothers, Stu?
They've taken 7-4 to Paddy, 3 to Tom.
He saw getting up as well, Tommy McCartan, but saved a goal. Gawn tackle, that'll be holding the ball. Nice chase from Goulden. So the Swans have got a bit of spunk about them now. Although Goulden's kick chopped off by Petrarca. Sends it to the top of 50. Brown's got a couple to beat. Pack splits in two. Sparrow waits down for the footy. His kick smothered. Desperate stuff out there for both teams. It's seen over just outside the Demons 50. Robbo once more.
Tom McCartan, you can see him in the goal square limping around Ben Brown after that big clash, that marking contest. He can hardly support his body weight. Doctor's out to him.
Bob Jane Team Arts, buy 3, get 1 free. Instant cash back on Bridgestone, Goodyear, Yokohama, Michelin, Dunlop, and many more, Timmy. BobJane.com.au.
Spot on, Hev. It's a high up and under ball from Mills, lands in the lap of Wicks. Left half back here for the Swans. They build a little bit of momentum. Coming across Lever. He takes the game on, plays on immediately. His handball put Viney under pressure. Low and hard Oliver. Good stuff. He's coughed it up though. Wicks. McDonald inboard for Rowbottom. Missed the handball. And now Neil Bullen take it down. Oh, it's a hot footy in the middle of the G. Ball, look away handball. Neil Bullen now at ground level. Ronk. Clever. Steps through the gate. Handballs it out to Reed. Back for Mills. A steady ball out wide. McDonald put the hands in the back of Bowie and gave away the free kick on the broadcast wing.
Again, huge couple of contests through the corridor, turnovers galore, both teams getting after it. That's what footy is. That's what the good teams do. They turn the ball over and win it back. It's just a matter of which team can score when they get their opportunities. It's just so hard at the moment. Both teams set up well inside their defensive 50s.
Joey Montagna, Triple MC Bus, super special comments. Brayshaw, little 1-2 with Viney. The end of half forward. Mitch Brown extends his arms and marks. It might just test him. Man on the mark, 49.5 metres out from goal. 45-degree angle.
Hasn't had a huge influence, Mitch Brown. He's competed. He's sort of done his role, what he's been brought into the team to do. But, gee, this will be a huge moment for him.
First game of 2022. Only one in 2021. Gets right underneath it. Every chance to the line. Gone! A pack of 10. Max stood taller than everyone else and marks on the goal line.
They can't stop him. Max Gawn is just too big. They need to tag him. They need Laddams just to follow him around everywhere for the rest of this game because Max is tearing this one apart.
To kick his third. Has got room to take a couple of steps inside. Kick the banana. Across the face. 2-point lead for the reigning premiers. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. 14 minutes gone. Robbo for Bob Jane Team Arts.
McCartan straight off the ground. Tom McCartan straight into the rooms, hobbling on that right ankle after that contest. They're going to have to inject him, strap him, and get him back out there.
As they build through the spine here, the Swans. Brayshaw, though. He is a fine, fine player. takes a relieving mark at half-back. He's got Neil Bullen short. Instead, he squirts the ball wide. Bowie, hard up on the boundary at left half-back. 14 and a half gone, final term. It's the Demons leading this one by 12 as he goes down the line, ball off hands. Oh, beautiful front and centre, hit it at pace, Oliver. Got it to Langdon, back to Oliver. Back out wide for Viney. A handball to Petrarca. Back to Viney. He treads the boundary, puts it right to the square. And getting back Goulden. Good relieving mark.
It's their efficiency inside 50 to Melbourne. They're just struggling to find a way to score when they go inside.
Yeah, spot on. They've only kicked the 9 majors for 49 entries, but since quarter time, only 2 marks inside 50 from their past 35 entries, whereas they took 5 from 14 in the first quarter.
Ben Brown hasn't got the job done.
4 possessions and just the 1 behind for Ben Brown.
Yeah, Mitch Brown obviously having a quiet night. Fritsch is at his moments, but gee, they're lacking a bit of punch down there.
Just caught the boot of Christian Petrarca on the way to the boundary line, so it'll be a Sydney free kick. They go back inside defensive 50 to change direction and set things up. Paddy McCartan releases Blakey. His kick will be on the bounce. Goulden, left half forward, spears a ball towards Armadi, who hasn't been able to get into this game, and Petty knocks it out of bounds for a throw-in. 60 around from the Swans' goal. They're 8-11-59, Melbourne 9-7-61. 16 minutes gone. At this stage, it'll be a short final quarter. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Triple M Harvey Norman replay. John Longmire has to be the most vocal coach we've ever seen. Every time he's on the screen, he's yelling at someone on the headset.
Papley sticks it inside 50. Petty with a spoil, but McDonald roves the ball and just out to the right-hand side. He stayed down, the big man. He roved the spoil. It would have put him in front. We've got a 1-point ball game. Where would you rather be on a Saturday night than the home of footy? It's the Demons 9-7-61, leading the Swans 8-12-60. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Tomlinson with a kick in, sends it long, gone, another contested mark.
That's his 5th contested mark, 26 disposal, 21 of them have been contested.
And he's got runners everywhere. Spargo just forward of the wing. There's the Demons kick to the city end in this final quarter. Short to Oliver. Short kick once more to Viney. 65 out from goal.
This is where they just need to try and find an uncontested mark or a short kick, short mark inside 50.
Viney keeps it low. Brown, that's Ben Brown, hit the pack at speed, couldn't mark. Neil Bullen spun back out. Handball to Bowie. Standing start from 40 metres. He's kicked it at a right angle. It's going to work out okay.
It's a critical moment, man.
Fritsch on the end of it off a total shank from Jake Bowie.
Yeah, it's not the conventional way to find a mark inside 50, is it? But it'll work because Fritsch is going to have the shot for goal, but they've made hard work of it. They've just struggled to lower the eyes and find those marks, other than Angus Brayshaw, I reckon, has got those 2 marks inside 50 since quarter time.
It's kicked a goal in every quarter tonight to extend the lead to 7 points. That's off the side of the boot as well. It's not going to count, and McCartan is going to kick it out of defensive 50.
Just puts it to grass. The foot race is on. Papley there with Brayshaw, and he's happy to see it out of bounds. Left half forward here for the Demons. Right to your radio dial, city end on the outer side. Gawn's been enormous in this final term, and he'll go to work again in the ruck here against Laddams. Tap down, Langdon, handball's boundary side, Sparrow, hard up. Handballs to Harms. His handball cut off McInerney. Now at ground level, Laddams did well. Got it to McInerney. Sold some candy on Laddams. Takes a bounce. Handballs it over to Wicks.
This build-up starting to be productive. Wicks tumbles the ball to half forward. Not a good one. Reed later tackle. Ball jars free for Heaney. Had a couple to choose from inside 50. One of them's Papley. And he'll go back to put the Swans in front.
Again, the pressure from the Swans. It was Sam Reid, another tackle. You're going to tell me how many tackles?
Double figures, 10 tackles at PB.
Sam Reid. Oh, gosh, terrific tackle again. Coughed the ball up. It's what they did all in that second term to give themselves a chance. And now they get a big moment here for Tom Papley. Been a quiet night for him, quiet couple of weeks, but gee, this is big.
Last time they led was the 12-minute mark of the third quarter. Papley, 45 metres out, 45-degree angle across the face of goal. No score. Nice mark taken by Tomlinson.
A couple of nervous kicks at goal the last few minutes. Fritsch at one end, Papley at the other.
Joe Montagna for Triple M Seabus Supers. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. There's the ball outside 50. Rove Goulden, was he held without the pill? Yes, he was. 46 from home. About 5 metres in from the boundary. We'll get a great look at this one from the box. Bob Jane T-Marts, Robbo.
Tom McCartan back on the ground, so he's back out of the rooms, strapped, looked after with that ankle, so that's great news for the Swannies. 32,753 at the G tonight.
They trail by a point, the Swans. He hasn't kicked one tonight, Goulden. He'll have to hit it from 50 metres. He gives it a good ride, starts right, it's working back! It's home! He shows his pythons to the crowd. The Swans are in front at the 21-minute mark of the fourth term. They're 9-12-66. The Demons 9-7-61. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Errol Goulden, number one ranked player. 70 ranking points in this quarter alone, 8 disposals, and he's kicked a major along with 6 intercept possessions as well. Just another youngster as well for the Swans. Logan McDonald, he's had 15 touches, which is a PB for him in his short career, and his 3 majors is also an equal PB as well.
Gee, Triple M Harvey Norman replay, not a lot in that free kick at all, but he got it, and it was a beautiful kick from Errol Goulden. He slapped the South Melbourne crest to the crowd. That was a terrific kick, and now it's up to Melbourne to find a goal. Gawn's gone back down to full forward. Sorry, Jack.
They're wearing the red V tonight, Joey, as part of Heritage Week, and they're in front of the old South Melbourne faithful for McDonald's and Ream Hotwater. Triple M rocks footy. Petrarca clears it, and only as far as Jake Lloyd. Back with courage, marks at centre half back. 4.5 minutes left. Lloyd sends it out wide. Wicks just inside the boundary line. Works together with McInerney. Little handball. Then he kicks along the boundary line. Heaney juggles the mark and juggles it out of bounds.
Coming from centre.
So throw in, outer side wing, underneath the Shane Warne stand. 22 minutes gone on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. It's the Swans who lead by 5 points.
They've won 5 of their last 7 here at the G. They find themselves 5 points in front with 4 minutes left on the clock. Ball to the front, Langdon. His handball missed Viney, but he takes it on the bounce. A left foot ball to half forward. Big Max again. He's unstoppable, the big man. Sticks it inside 50, but coming across Florent again with the intercept mark, and he'll steady things in the right back pocket.
Again, having real issues with their connection inside 50. That might cost them the game tonight if they don't get up here.
Hayward marks at left half back for Sydney. The clock ticks down to 3.5 minutes to play. Lloyd runs hard to receive. He's got a man about 20 metres up ahead in Fox. He uses him. And then they chip along the boundary to Heaney. They're taking time off the clock. Heaney instructed to play on. Read the marking target inside 50. 3 bites of the cherry. Almost marked. Handball down to Parker. Spiralling ball to the top of the goal square. 2-on-2 McInerney versus Langdon. Papley arrives on the scene now and is pushed in the back.
Oh, that could have easily been paid for a slide. They're taking the knees out because Papley slid under Ed Langdon as they were both going for the ball. He slid, and Ed Langdon's gone over the top of him. That's the strange nature of our game. It could have gone either way.
Right forward pocket. He's going to snap with the left foot. 1 step inside. He kicks the goal. Massive moment. Papley's second. The Swans fans come alive at the MCG. 10-12-72 to 9-7-61. Less than 3 minutes remaining. The Swans in front.
Clutch kick from Papley. You probably feel, and Melbourne supporters might feel, that the Swans have had the rub of the green tonight with some free kicks. They've had a few go their way. particularly in the forward 50. I'll get you to find out later how many have resulted in goals. There was the mark that was controversially paid. They've had a few.
3 majors have come from a free kick, Joey, for Triple M Red Z for the Sydney.
Great composure from Papley to finish.
He loved it on the Triple M, Harvey Norman. Tongue was out. He was off to the races after he nailed that. As we're back in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Off the square, McInerney. Darts one up inside 50. Coming out Reid. Off hands. Rowbottom on the second bite. Reid. Clever handball to Warner. Strikes it from 48. Out to the right. It's an important point though. They lead by 2 straight kicks now, the Swans. They're 10-13-73. The D's 9-7-61. And everything has to go right now for Melbourne.
Callum Mills has gone behind the ball for the Swans as an extra.
Time, a big factor now for the Demons. Neil Bullen on defensive 50. His kick charged down by Lloyd. Gawn labours after the footy. Picks it up and uses Brayshaw. Up the line, harms the target, McCartan. Happy to see it over. 26 minutes gone in the last quarter. 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. Sydney leading by 12 points on Melbourne's home deck. Throw in central wing position at the Triple MCG.
Ball down. Front centre Parker as always. Knocked out towards Warner. He just jams a spiraling ball up to the 50, but the only man home, Petty. Time and space to mop up and then just pumps a high long one down the line. Big Max is there. The spoil came through from Tom McCartan. Fortuitous lands with Rowbottom, who darts one on the 45 and finds Reid.
1-on-1 inside 50. Reid instead hooks it towards the pocket. McDonald and Petty backs back. Petty couldn't mark. Elected to keep it in. Oliver will have to be quick. Pops a handball over the top now to Viney. 90 seconds left. Demons trailing by 12 points. Must go and must go now. Petrarca on the 45 to Tomlinson.
Finds Jackson. Just defensive side of the centre circle. There's runners on the open side. He handballs back for Brayshaw. They attack through the corridor, but it's going to be turned over. McInerney.
That'll do it.
The mark at right half back. They trail by 13 points at the start of this final term, the Swans. They've kicked the last 4 majors, and they lead here by 12 points. As precious seconds tick away, they're just going to milk the clock on the outer wing. The kick down the line finds the captain, Parker.
This is some sort of win.
Huge win. Yep. Surprised me. I wasn't sure about Sydney and their premiership credentials this season. They've been a bit up and down. They've struggled at times. They've been able to produce a few wins, but this has been enormous. A huge game, finals-like game, and they've stood up.
McInerney marks in the pack. The clock winds down to 20 seconds. John Longmire has left the Sydney coach's box. He knows that his team are home now. 10 seconds left. Logan McDonald dribbling ball towards goal. It's not going to score. Oliver can run away with it, but Sydney are running away victors. They were down, they were up, they were down, and they finish up. .12 winners at the MCG. Sydney take a genuine scalp. 10-13-73 to 9-7-61. It's one thing to beat the reigning premier. It's another in a tough, hard battle of a second half to show the character that this group showed to record the win.
Yeah, it was a finals-like game. It was intense. It was low scoring. It was a grind and arm wrestle. You know, Sydney, we know, have played in some shootouts and they've got the talent on the offensive side of the ball. We've seen that, but to stand tall, and particularly in that second quarter, it was an enormous second quarter to give themselves a chance back in the contest. A real arm wrestle in the third quarter. They withstood the pressure, and then to run away with it in the fourth quarter is a huge sign of maturity for this group.
Here's Callum Mills, courtesy of Channel 7.
for the efforts?
Yeah, we were so pumped. So proud of the group. It's an epic win coming down to Melbourne, Heritage Week, Old South Melbourne Footy Club, and we're so proud.
Well, the D's have been the benchmark over the last couple of years. How much confidence does this give the group moving forward as well?
Huge amount. They've been unbelievable, to be honest. Reigning premiers and 10-0. They're a bloody good footy club, so we're up for the contest tonight and super pumped.
You went back late as well, but amazing story with the McCartan brothers for you this year. How good is it to see them back in solid form, but they're just so important for you back there, aren't they?
Yeah, it's so important. They got something going on together. They know where each other are, and couple of big spoils, couple of big intercept marks just to settle the ship, and they were awesome back there.
And I just said to you off camera, gee, you love the G. You've won the last 6 of 8, and your response, it's the home of footy. How good is it to get back here and perform the way you have?
Yeah, it's so good. We love this ground. We love coming down to Melbourne. As I said, heritage round, and how good.
Congratulations. Go and enjoy. Thanks, well done.
Callum Mills talking to Abby Holmes, courtesy of Channel 7. That's a fair record that they're now starting to stack up at the MCG. Timmy, you pointed that out. They've won 6 now of their last 8.
It's impressive, isn't it, Hev? And, we know how well they play the SCG, but for them to come down here and start dominating this ground, that's promising for finals.
Here's Logan McDonald, courtesy of Channel 7.
We just brought a hard brand of footy and played the Swans way. I think we pride ourselves in our pressure, and we probably let ourselves down in that aspect the last few weeks. So to get over the line and bring that, I thought, to a good level and challenge probably the benchmark of the competition. It was a good effort, and heading into the bye, it's a great way to go about it.
The boys are pretty happy with your performance here tonight, but without Buddy Franklin as well in that forward line, yourself with 3, Sammy Reid stepped up with 3 as well. You were really able to cover his absence.
Yeah, obviously we know how important Buddy is to us, and he's the GOAT, so it's always hard to play without him, but we pride ourselves in everyone being able to come in and play a role and be able to do that tonight against a really good side. It's something we're really proud about.
And what about Tommy Papley late? He's missed a fair chunk of footy this year, but he really is a barometer for you inside 50 as well, isn't he?
Yeah, Paps is a superstar. He's the leader of our footy club, and clutch goal, and he's an All-Australian, and we missed him at the start of the year, and high quality player, and that's what he does.
Congratulations on the win, a massive win for your boys here at the MCG, but go and enjoy it, they're pumped. Thanks, Logan.
Logan McDonald, pick number 4 in the 2020 draft. He kicked 3 goals tonight, was a massive factor. North Melbourne supporters look away now. Every time they hear Logan McDonald, the two-man's as flat as a biscuit. You could have had him, Chew.
Yes, I have been told that before, Jack, a number of times for Triple M Red Z.
He was very good
He played
tonight.
very well.
He did play very, very well. Yeah, without Buddy Franklin, as they said, Sam Reid stepped up. He was excellent. He might even feature in the Triple MVP votes a bit later on. So they had to find different avenues. Heaney had his moments as well when they needed him. And then, of course, Papley bobbed up late. So they got an even contribution from their forward line, which was always going to be a key without the superstar Bud.
Now, post-game for McDonald's, score yourself an absolute Macca's legend, the McChicken. Order via McDelivery today. McDelivery is available. They've spoken a lot about Heritage Week. Sydney, they've been down here for most of the week. They had a function where they elevated players into the Hall of Fame and into legendary status and all that sort of stuff. It's still, even after all these years, it's still such a great connection, Timmy, that Sydney have got with the South Melbourne culture and the South Melbourne supporter group.
Yeah, absolutely, Hev. I remember back 2012 when they played in the grand final. I was at a pub in town, and the South Melbourne faithful was strong and up and about in town, so they've certainly got the strong following still here in Melbourne town. Make no mistake about that. And they'll be celebrating just as hard back in the Harbour City tonight.
Yeah. As they should. Robbo's down in the rooms. We'll get to him very shortly. The Demons now have to front up for Queen's Birthday Monday against a hungry Collingwood team. And for Sydney, Joey, a bye. Their next game is against Port Adelaide in a fortnight's time at the Adelaide Oval on a Saturday afternoon. They hit the bye 8-4.
Yeah, it's a great result for Sydney. Yeah, that's solidified them now, you'd think, in the 8. I thought last week was a huge win against Richmond for them. If they had have dropped that one, I thought they were vulnerable with some teams really knocking on the door. But then to come and back it up again tonight and actually prove themselves that they are a genuine finals team, well, full credit to them now. And they can go to the bye, recharge, reset, get Buddy back, maybe a couple of other players back as well, and really have a crack with this group because they've got a lot of talent, but they've shown tonight they've got the heart to go with it.
Tom Hickey not too far away with a toe injury, and Harry Cunningham probably the other one that will be back soon. Joey Kennedy out for at least 8 weeks with a hamstring injury. And Franklin, as you mentioned, with suspension, should be back, will be back next time they play as well. Luke Parker, Tom Papley leading the Swans into their rooms. They are going to absolutely belt this one out. It means so much. Let's get to Robbo down in their rooms.
I can't wait for him to walk in. Here they come. Wow, in the old South Melbourne jumper, Lakeside Oval, the Bloods, the Blood Spirit, Johnny Longmire and his staff, all the assistants here. One for the ages. It's an amazing win. They were shot. Just think of their start. They were shot. They were poor, and they've been able to grind it out, and they're still ranting and raving. And here we go. Here's the song, boys. Big odds against them, and they got home, the Swannies.
They're loving it.
I think Robbo's loving it too.
Absolutely.
Better atmosphere down there for Robbo.
Get in there and sing the song with them, Robbo. We'll come back and wrap it all up from the Triple MCG on the other side of this. The Swans winners by 12 points over the Demons for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert teams and a huge range of electrical products and services. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
In massive Olympics news, the modern pentathlon is going to be replacing the equestrian leg of the event, and they've landed on an obstacle course. We're going to see monkey bars at the Olympics.
What do you mean monkey bars?
So they're going to debut this test event in Turkey in June. There's going to be a rope swing, monkey bars, angled ladders.
Oh, like Ninja Warrior.
It's literally Ninja Warrior.
Like Wipeout.
Is Ben Fordham calling it?
I would hope so.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
You'll never miss a moment with all of your favourites live on KO Sports. Every match of the NRL and AFL seasons, as well as every F1 race live and ad break free during play. The NBA playoffs are also heating up, and it's the biggest season of netball ever. That's right, all the big hits, high-flying heroics and buzzer beaters ready to watch anywhere, anytime. How good is that? New to KO? Start your free trial today.
Every year, we help thousands of people like you control their gambling. So, we get that every story is different. We get there might be setbacks along the way. We get that you might need lots of support or just the odd call. To change the way you think about gambling, call someone who gets it. Call Gamblers Help on 1800 858 858 or visit the Gamblers Help website.
Stock up the ute with unbeatable tax time savings with Bosch Power Tools. 7 kits to choose from, all backed by an industry-leading 6-year guarantee. Like the 10-piece heavy-duty 18-volt combo kit with 2 8-amp-hour batteries, all for just $19.99. That's more than $1,500 off. Get the real deal this tax time with Bosch Power Tools. Available in-store and online at Total Tools, Sydney Tools, Bunnings Warehouse and other Bosch retailers.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Naturally, my first love is beautiful National Floor Tiles. But I must say, this all-new hybrid flooring we have at National Tiles runs a very close second. At National Tiles, prices on hybrid flooring are just incredible. As an example, we've got circa $40 hybrid flooring at just $29.95 every day of the year. That's a massive saving of 25%. So rush into National Tiles now and save.
Sunset camel rides, glamping and croc spotting. Rather experience the Northern Territory for yourself? Get there. With Jetstar's NT sale, you can grab fares like Melbourne Tullamarine to Uluru Ayers Rock from $89 or Darwin from $129. Book your adventure now at jetstar.com. Ends midnight Eastern Standard Time, 6th June unless sold out prior. One-way excludes checked baggage, selected travel dates and conditions apply. Jetstar. All day, every day low fares.
Australia, let's get ready to rumble! One of the biggest fights ever in Australia. George Kambosos Jr. versus Devin Haney. Tomorrow from 11 a.m. Order today on Main Event on KO Sports. No KO subscription needed.
Got $1 a week? At the Herald Sun, we're for giving you great value. Get digital access to our news, including sports and entertainment, for just $1 a week for the first 12 weeks. Min costs $4. Conditions apply. Search Herald Sun offer today.
Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Review. Amy. Who covers clangers? Amy does. Lucky you're with Amy.
It was a hell of a night at the MCG. Sydney winning 10-13-73 over the Demons, who lose 2 in a row. 9-7-61 the final score. A massive performance by the Swans, who multiple times throughout the night, Joey Montagna, had big questions asked of them, and every time they responded.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting with that second quarter, that second quarter onslaught where they had 9 shots to 2 and really put the screws on to the Melbourne and showed again, like Fremantle did, that they were beatable, got after them. The third quarter was a real arm wrestle. They had to defend a fair bit, Sydney, because they were under pressure for a lot of it. Were able to withstand that Melbourne pressure in the third. And then, as Chu alluded to, they were a fourth quarter specialist, the Sydney Swans, and they were able to do it again this evening. And huge win for them. They go to the bye now chock full of confidence and can really set themselves to have a big tilt of the top 4 back into the year.
Let's just recap the day, Chu. Choice hotels around the grounds. Take us through everything that's happened today.
Early today, the Crows defeated the Eagles by 31 points, 13-10-88 to West Coast 8-9-57. Tex Walker, he was the number 1 ranked player, 22 disposals, kicked 3 majors, along with 10 score involvements, McAdam with 3. And for the Eagles, Andrew Gaff was busy with 30 and he kicked the goal. And the crowd, by the way, 22,859. That's the lowest crowd ever between those two sides, Adelaide v West Coast. And the Suns, Jack, too good for the Kangaroos. After the Kangaroos led at quarter time, Suns ended up winning by 62 points, 15-19, 109 to North Melbourne 7-5-47.
No spar tonight for you, Chu. Let's get down to the city rooms, and Robbo's got one of the stars of tonight, Isaac Heaney.
I certainly have. Isaac, if someone came late to the game, 5-1, Swannies were shot, really, when you think about it. But you found a way again, the Bloods. I was just thinking Lakeside Oval, all those South Melbourne fans, you're wearing that V as well. It's a sensational win for the club.
Mate, never shot. We've got that belief within the club, and we had the same amount of scoring shots, we just couldn't kick straight, unfortunately. And then we knew that if we can be within range in the first half, we've been running out games really well, and we did that. And credit to the boys, cliche. Credit to the boys. We dug in. The contested footy was really good, and we just surged the footy really well. And we probably got outmarked a couple of too many times, but other than that, it was really good. And we started finishing our goals, which was impressive.
You had to buy in. Horse was animated as usual. He doesn't shut up in the box really, but it was a massive effort because Max Gawn was actually going to drag him over the line there at one stage.
Yeah, Horse is a bit of a nutter sometimes. But, Gawny was unbelievable. I think I don't know how many contested marks he took, but it was incredible, and kicked 3 or 4 goals, so that's a massive effort. And thought Peter was pretty good, and he's got a lot to learn there, but he dominated, and it's just good to get the win.
Congratulations on the win, Isaac. Thought it was a really gutsy performance by the group. Every time you were challenged, you found a way to respond. I thought your third quarter in particular was excellent. But what was the plan? What was sort of the main key points to knocking off Melbourne tonight from Horse?
Oh, we knew they were a contested footy team. Their midfield's unbelievable, and we had to match it in there. And I'm not sure what the clearances were, but I think it was reasonably even. And we knew if we got the ball to ground in the forward half, we could do some damage, and we did that. And our defenders stood up. They did some. There was no soft drops. The spoils were unbelievable, and there's some big efforts down back.
Yeah, big efforts in particular. The McCartan boys, they're good. They're courageous. They work for one another, but they again stood up in that second half. Melbourne just weren't able to score off the back of those boys in the defensive half.
No, they're incredible. They work so well together. Those guys, Ramps, Foxy coming in, thought he was really good. And then you got the other end, like Reedy's kicking his goals and taking some really good contested marks. And Logan McDonald, always he's a sharpshooter, where he takes his opportunities. And it was really, really pleasing all over the park, which was really good.
Isaac, Heritage round, mate. Tell us about how much you go back and connect with the South Melbourne roots. Just give us a bit of insight into what the week's been like on that front.
Yeah, so obviously it's a very I guess, an amazing history to this club, and we do go back, and we've got some greats in the rooms with us leading up to the game. We had some throughout the week and just show us the hard times, tell us the hard times they went through, and especially that transition period to Sydney, and just how amazing those sort of people are to still be around the club, and how much we appreciate them. So to get a win like this for those people is unbelievable.
And you got the bye coming up, so a big win on a Saturday night. What's the plan? Do you get together tomorrow? Do you stay in Melbourne, have a beer? Do you all fly back? What sort of the next few days look like for the group?
We might have a few beers in the lobby today in the hotel, and then
Good.
And then I think a few of the boys are going to the fight tomorrow, and then the boys will head home and have a few days, spend some time with their family and friends, and myself, I'll head up the coast and see the fam, and then go for a fish too. So just get away from things.
Yeah, beautiful. Hey, well deserved too. A few beers. He might have to buy Sam Reid. You need to let him know he had 10 tackles tonight, a career high for big Sam Reid. He wound back the clock. He was awesome with his not only his ability to hit the scoreboard in that first half when you need him, but his follow-up and groundwork. Unbelievable.
And that's like when you get the big fellas doing that, I guess it makes the little fellas jump on board, and we're the ones that should be setting the tone in that aspect. But if they can carry the team like that, it's unbelievable. And he had some seriously clean hands tonight as well, which makes a massive difference.
8-4 at the halfway mark, Isaac. It's a great spot to be. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Isaac Heaney joining us on Triple M Footy for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. He's an absolute star.
Yeah, he has his moments where he's a match winner, and we spoke about earlier in the season he was dominant, and he goes through some quiet patches, but he always bobs up at some stage. And again, when that third quarter, when they needed him, I thought he lifted, and then a crucial goal in the fourth quarter, which he's done a number of times, and he was just another one. It was a really even spread from the Sydney Swans. You couldn't really think of a standout for them in regards to their best player. I probably think it was Sam Reid, as he just alluded to there, Isaac, with his sticky hands. He hit the scoreboard, his follow-up, did some second ruck work in his tackling, but it was an even team performance, and that was the key tonight.
To the votes, the Triple MVP Award for homeloans.com.au. Homeloans.com.au, the best and fairest when it comes to home loans. Joey?
Yeah, so I half gave it away, I think, with who I thought was the best Swan tonight, and that was Sam Reid. He had the 16 disposals, 5 marks, he kicked 3 goals, 1, and a career-high 10 tackles for him. I thought he was instrumental, particularly in that second quarter when they were coming. They needed someone to stand tall, and he had a huge impact. But the two best players in the ground for me were pretty clear-cut, and they stood out. I thought it was as good a game as I've seen Jack Viney play in a long time. Not only the contested stuff and the in and under stuff that we always do, but he was able to get it on the outside. He was able to push forward, and he had the 32 disposals, 17 contested. I thought he was instrumental, stood out throughout the game, and the best on ground, it was clear cut. It was by a fair margin. So it was, to be honest, it was one of the more dominant performances I've seen from a player in a number of years. I know he did it in a prelim, and it was pretty special. But Max Gawn's game tonight, Chew, man, I'll give you the honours because this is your domain, the numbers.
There were 28 disposals, but 23 contested balls. So that is a PB for Max Gawn. Throwing 6 contested marks, 3 majors, 10 score involvements, and even in the ruck, 30 hit-outs, and a lazy 11 of those were hit-outs to advantage.
198 ranking points. Chew's a bit flat. He couldn't quite get 2 more ranking points for 200, but he was unbelievable, Max Gawn. That was enormous.
How many spot-ons tonight?
I was going to say, give him one.
Dried up in the second. Spot on. I think we finished with 14.
Spot on for Max Gawn, best on ground?
Yeah, spot on. 100% spot on.
What does Duck average on a Sunday, Chew?
Duck, he's right up there. He's actually
24%
above the AFL average, actually, for spot-ons.
That's going to see us out. Timmy, well done to you. Great calling, as always. Chew, lovely work by you. You're back tomorrow?
Back tomorrow at the G.
Joey, back tomorrow?
Yep, Collingwood Hawthorn should be a beauty.
From 1 o'clock, you'll hear it on Triple M. Thanks to Robbo. Thanks to all the boys here in the ground and back in the studio as well. A massive win tonight for the Sydney Swans. 8-4 at the halfway mark in the 2022 season. They win tonight by 12 points. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.